Yo, what's going on, everyone? It's Brian and Jimothy Bottoms Jones here with Drinking Beer and Play a Game. Welcome to another episode of the Power Hour Podcast.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for
Nick
joining us
too.
tonight. Nick's here. Hi,
Yeah,
Nick. Say hi.
baby. Yeah.
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 Yes. Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 351. We have our good buddy, NerdyNick, here. He was originally going to be a last-minute replacement to bail Brian out, but I was able to wind up doing the show anyway. So now it's a good old-fashioned episode with our buddy Nicky Poo.
Yeah.
What's up,
Listen,
Nick? How you been, bud?
I'm never the last minute replacement. I'm just the test.
There
I'm the
was
test.
no one left. We asked everybody, and luckily Nick was around.
Blub blub. Shut. I'm never a last minute replacement. I am always the current up and coming running replacement permanently for you, bud.
Yeah, sure. You can think that.
Nick,
Yeah, I'm doing
it has
good.
been way too fucking long, as we said in our recap episode. Obviously, missed you too many games. I know you've
Yeah.
been a friggin' busy boy. First things first, how's the AC going? Is it all good now?
No.
Oh,
Like,
god damn.
it's working, but it fucking sucks. Long story short, I have an air conditioner on this house and it's 3 tons. This house needs a 4 ton unit. My property manager is fucking cheap. The owner that owns this place is fucking cheap. So we're constantly battling on all that. It's like 107, 108 degrees here right now in southern Arizona. And my AC is set to like 74 degrees and like the thermostat reads 80. So the house just it's not
Jesus.
keeping up.
Fuck.
I'm
Yeah.
sure that thing is screaming outside right now.
Oh yeah. My electric bill is too because it is
Oh.
always on.
Nick, I mean, you're just giving more and more reasons why you guys need to come to Philly, is all I'm saying.
Man, you're telling me I got 6 or 5.5 more years before I can leave this place. Once
mean-
Evelyn turns 18, which is also kind of alarming that that's the only time I have left here
The
before
fact that you
happens.
just said
Yeah,
that
that's
turned
crazy.
18 is fucking great. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's way too fast.
When we all first like met and hung out and started talking and everything, I think she might have been maybe 6 years old. Five
Yeah,
years.
she's-
No. Four. I think
She
4 years
was
old.
young as hell. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
But it's been a while. In the great, line of Stained.
that's right. I knew Jim was looking for it. You can always tell the Jimmy eyes when he's looking for it because
Yeah.
there's an odd amount of blinking, and
Right.
it's like a
Is that my
freak-
concentrating tell?
It's like a freak
Yeah.
out thing. Like, oh god, where is it? Let me click
Where is it? Got to do the thing.
Yeah. But no,
But
I
Nick-
see your guys' pictures, man. Like during the summer, you guys are outside enjoying nature and this and that. And I'm like, I step outside. There's a 95% chance I'm getting skin cancer.
Yeah, you're
You know.
you're in Fallout basically out there.
Pretty much, man. I literally, from the time it took me to get out of my car and inside my house, my calves were hurting from the sun touching them.
Ooh, Jesus.
Yeah.
that
The
is
UV
not-
index only goes to 14, and around here, about this time of the day, it's at 14.
Yeah, it's not fun. No. But Nick, not that you need any introductions. Let the people know, where can they find you? What days of the week are you doing your thing? And of course, we'll have the links below.
What's going on, nerds, geeks, and gamers alike? It's your boy NerdyNick, back with Drink a Beer, Play a Game. I am a content creator across various platforms, most significantly on Twitch. I am an affiliate streamer over on Twitch, trying to make this a full-time gig, but the march continues on. I'm less than under a year in on Twitch, but I do stream very frequently, about 5 days a week, Monday through Wednesday. And then Friday, Saturday, you know how it goes. Sometimes a Sunday. It all depends on what the wife really lets me do, to be honest. But stream a multitude of video games from Fortnite to Helldivers, Battlefield 6, Halo Campaign Evolved, so on and so forth. It's really just whatever I feel like playing. If you want to have some fun, you want to get some laughs in, you want to enjoy a great, solid, positive community, head on over to twitch.tv/N2podcast, click the follow button, and I'll see you on the next stream. I do have a YouTube channel as well, which is kind of inactive. It mostly serves as my shorts home hub for the time being. Live streaming takes zero editing, and YouTube long format videos take up like 16 hours at minimum or on average for me to make a video. And for this house to be quiet to film a video and have no interruptions is kind of impossible. As you guys can relate, it gets pretty difficult. So YouTube is just there. It's there, it's existing, but what you can do is follow me on Instagram at NerdyNick_91. That's where I post the majority of content. I've known these guys for quite some time, and love being on here, especially when we do our bonus beers podcast, which is it's around. It's around. It's we all are family men, and it's busy. So anyone who's watching on, and you're a Patreon member or this or that, give the guy some grace if you've been wondering where the show is. Life is in full swing.
Yeah, we actually just last week talked about we covered Southland Tales, which I don't know
Mm,
if you know what that movie is,
yeah.
but it was a thing. But yeah, we still have some picks we got to get through. So yeah, no, Nick, it's so great to have you back. I always want to start with you though. What you been up to recently with drink? Well, what are you drinking right now, and what you been playing recently?
So, like Jim, I'm a man of the people, but in this instance, it's Bush Light.
Okay.
You know,
TikTok boy over here.
not gonna lie, the economy fucking sucks.
Hmm.
And your regular run of the mill like 805 12 pack is like 20 something bucks right now where I live. And I just really don't want to pay that much for a decent beer. So I will pay $8.99 for a 12 pack of a beer that I can tolerate and gets the job done.
Oh yeah.
And I'll be honest too, the hangovers are like non-existent with this kind of cheap beer. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's there's a lot more water in it or something. I don't know, but Busch Light seems to be okay. And plus, they've got like cool cans going on right now. They are very integral with farming.
Hmm.
A lot of proceeds from their sales go to farming within the United States. And listen, we don't got farmers, we don't got food, so I'm doing
Exactly.
my part.
Yeah, Jim.
Yeah.
What? I have enough corn in my gas. I'll have eating away at my engine. I think the farmers have had enough. They've had their time. Fucking
What
ethanol boys.
what you been playing though, Nick? What games been tickling
Um,
your fancy?
Yeah, so I believe we are all creatures of habit and season. You've got your winter warmers that you don't drink during the summer. You know what I mean? You've
Hmm.
got your summer beers that you don't drink during the winter, so on and so forth. I am that way with video games as well. One of them most in particular is Fortnite. I don't know why, and I've said it for years. Fortnite feels like a summer game to me. Maybe it's the colors and the aesthetics of the island and whatnot. They also do their summer skins and this and that, so it does feel
And there's
kind of
titties now.
yeah, yeah.
Damn it, Jim.
So I've been doing a lot of Fortnite. I signed up for the Fortnite crew because you're kind of losing money if you don't, essentially. If you buy a skin, you might as well just do Fortnite crew because it gives you back V-Bucks anyway. So been doing that, racking up, victory royales. Whether it's here on stream or on my Switch 2 on the toilet while I'm taking a shit. Uh you know,
Where the switch was meant.
yep.
Heathens.
Um,
Dirty,
also been
godless heathens.
I've also been really enjoying the most recent update in Battlefield 6. It's introduced naval warfare, which is fucking awesome. So not only do you have like naval ships, wrecking havoc across the map, you've got the helicopters, the jets, the tanks, all of it, all of it. Um, Although like I hate that it's such a good game because EA is such a piece of shit. It's like stabbing yourself while also coming at the same time.
Hmm.
It's one of those things. And of course, you guys know me. I love me some fucking Helldivers too. I am the motherfucking Helldiver, over 4,000 hours in the game. And yeah, I love Helldivers.
Madman.
Yep. But most recently, I've hopped into Halo campaign Evolved. I, like everyone else, was very skeptical about what Halo Studios was going to do with this game, and so on and so forth. To make a long review short, as a installment fan of Halo from Halo Combat Evolved. I hate 4. 5 had really great gunplay, but the story was shit. I enjoyed Infinite. Fucking come at me if you want. But Halo Campaign Evolved is like fucking chef's kiss, man. If you're going to do a remake, that's how you fucking do it. Like I hold remakes in a very low regard when it comes to video games and the video game industry, but there are very few that make it out of that and onto a proper grading tier, and that would be like Resident Evil 4, Dead Space, and Halo Campaign Evolved. It is so good. It's beautiful. When you play the game,
Nice.
you hear the shield regenerate. You're like, oh my God, that's the fucking sound. You know what I mean? It's the stupid fucking little things, man.
Yeah.
And when you play it, it literally feels like it's the visuals are how you remember it looking when you first saw the game.
Yeah.
Like it's a beautiful game. All the colors are vibrant, stellar. The grunts still say the stupid, crazy shit. Yeah, little people first. All that shit, man. It's a fun time. It is a fun time. I'm working my way through that right now. And I, I don't know why this was never a thing. 4-player campaign co-op.
Oh,
Oh shit.
Yeah. Four
because it
player
was it was
campaign
just two
co-op.
player co-op before, right? In the
Correct.
original. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And now this is 4-player. So I am doing my damnedest to try to get other people to get this game so we can do like a legendary run. I'm playing on heroic right now and it's kicking my ass.
Mm.
But oh yeah, and then also too, the Marine AI has been greatly improved. You have competent fucking AI Marines running around, especially on the Warthogs. Dude, they are stellar. So yeah, that's what I've been playing lately and raving about.
Nick, the real
Uh,
question is, would you play a mod of that game where the grunts are replaced by Gary Oldman from Tiptoes?
Fuck yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. If you have a brain, you would do that.
See, Nick, I would love to play with you, but unfortunately, they race swapped an NPC on the bridge, so I can't play that woke slop. So, unfortunately, I can't take part in this.
Jim
But you
only
enjoy
wants
it.
to shoot the women and he's mad he can't.
Oh my God.
Die, die, die.
The fucking glare off of a planet on the cover art is it's LGBTQ colors,
Eh.
you know.
I
The
will not be
agenda.
gaslit, sir.
I will not be gaslit. God, what a
Ah,
fucking
make,
idiot.
making the frogs and
What
you
a
gay.
what a fucking idiot.
And the Covenant.
I'm glad I cut ties with that person. Holy fuck.
I'm glad as well. But
Yeah.
Chambers, what about you? What you drinking tonight? What you been playing and sucking at?
Gay boy.
I mean, it's not entirely wrong, but so first, since I knew that I'd be doing it with both these assholes tonight, I knew I was going to need a little alcohol to get me through it. So
Phrasing, Jim. Fucking phrasing.
whatever.
I
I,
knew
I
I'd
don't
be
care
doing
anymore.
it. Oh my God.
It's all over. The dream's dead. It doesn't matter. None of this matters. But from the Yoma Gang Brewery out of Cooperstown, New York, I am drinking their Manhattan Shine Amber Ale with black cherry and orange flavors and caramel color. Boys, this is a bourbon barrel aged ale at 12% alcohol. And whew, every goddamn sip is an adventure. It just kicks you in the face. But like weirdly enough, it doesn't have that like harsh bourbon barrel bite you'll get sometimes with these really high alcohol ones. I'm not going to say it's like super smooth or well balanced, but it just doesn't have that like nose piercing booziness that a lot of these beers will have. I'm waiting for it to cool down a little bit or warm up, I should say, to see like what flavors really come through. Because right now it's just kind of just like a really strong ale. So I'm waiting to see if any of these flavors kind of punch themselves through.
That's
So
weird. They're doing an amber ale like that. Like, because usually you stick that to stouts or other like darker beers, and amber's an interesting choice to do bourbon because it's already fairly sugary. But I mean,
Oh, it's sugary. I
from
already
what
have
you're,
the film on my fucking mouth.
yeah, like from
Jesus.
what you're I mean, is the booziness still like pretty prominent with that shit though?
I mean, it's prominent, but it's more in like the bite of the sip more than actual in
Mm,
the flavor with the booziness.
gotcha.
Actually, now I'm thinking about it, a lot of it, like the black cherry definitely comes through in the aftertaste more as it like starts to dissipate. So,
Mm.
yeah, I mean, it's very, very good, and I'm gonna be fucked up by the end of this.
So what you're saying is on a scale of like the bitterness and the punch and all that, it's not quite a James Bond hitting on a girl at the bar, but it's also not quite Nick at the bar asking for crayons from a hot server, right? It's like right in the middle there.
Yeah, it's balancing that way. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like about right in
Yeah.
there.
Oh fuck! When you asked that question, Nick, son of a bitch. Dude, are you
I'm one of my
serious?
crayons. You
Oh
never go
fuck!
full retard.
We gotta get you back out for next year, bud.
Hmm.
But
God, that'd be
Chambers,
yes.
what you been playing, dude?
All right, so it has been a super balls busy couple of weeks, but I did put some more time into Blasphemous 2. Still loving the absolute hell out of it. It's plays fantastic. All the different weapons are so fun to use and switch back and forth between using. The exploration's top notch. I have absolutely no complaints about it. But besides that, friend of the show, former guest Genovi, he actually was not making any content for a long time, but he came back about a month ago and he had a video where he was saying like when if you remember our episode with him, he's into the weird shit like I am. He loves the CDI, he loves the 32X. So he's actually been spending the last year developing 3 different 32X games, and one of them is called Meld, and it's a simple looking gem kind of match puzzle game. And he gave me an early alpha build of it to try and test out, play around with, give him the old user feedback kind of deal. And so far it's a lot of fun. Like the music's just one track going all throughout. That'll get fixed later on. It looks good enough for, a semi 2D, gem puzzle game, but it's a cool concept. And especially like you could say not the most original thing in the world, but he has like 7 different game modes that like flips it up a bit too. I think I'm already getting fucking drunk over here. I can't talk anymore. Blah, 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 blah. But yeah, no, it is a very cool little title, and I'm excited to see where it goes. So, and it's
Yeah, I'm
not
looking
all
at
that
video
off.
of it right now. Looks interesting. I'll put it up. I don't think it'll get flagged in my show, but
No,
yeah, it's definitely. I like how there's different styles presented for each one.
yeah, and that's a game that he's building completely from scratch. The other two he's working on are like either finishing off old ROMs or porting games over from like weird computer systems or crap like that. So this is his little love baby right here. So yeah,
Fuck.
it's very cool to get to try something out like that.
Nice, nice.
Rad.
Next time, Genovi, if you want someone who knows how to play games well, just send it to me.
Don't you fucking dare.
Oh, but boys, yeah. So Nick, like you, so I have some leftover okay stuff. I told Jim
Hmm.
right before here, the doc's got me on some steroids, so I really shouldn't be drinking much at all. But I'm
Nice.
still, it's not
Yeah.
going to stop me
Yeah.
from at least going through a lot of these Coors. Um, what can you say? Coors is Coors. I miss my hams. Coors will be fine as the second place.
Yeah.
And as far as playing, so I finally beat Condemned, and yeah, it's a great game. But as I was saying leading up to it, it's definitely got that late 2000s blocky kind of chunky feel to your characters. But with that game especially, they made the melee like be very impactful. And as I finished it, I was like, there's no way this was not a direct inspiration for Outlast. Like I didn't connect the dot immediately, but I was like, yeah, like it gave me there's so many moments that like I was like, I feel like I did this in Outlast. And I know Outlast came out in 2013, but yeah, great game. Really enjoyed it. From there, I just been fucking around with DBD a whole lot more. Been going through my challenge. And Jim, you know me. I'm not a shit
Here it
talker.
comes. Here comes
I'm,
the bullshit.
I do not talk. Listen, especially if I'm winning, I do. Now, if it's like a you and you instigate me into talking shit, I'm going to ruin your life.
I'm a good boy.
Okay.
And so here's the thing. I don't mind if you just straight up beat the shit out of me because you're really good at a game. Good on you. But if you do some like very cheap things like you used to do in Halo when you introduced the game to us and you would purposely spawn camp where, watch your screen, spawn camp, go invisible, get the sword when we're still just trying to figure out what guns are,
None of this
shit.
surprises me.
Yeah, really shitty
When I
plays.
did it, it was cute.
I mean, Jim, that's where we all invented the ball type counter for you, and you would get hit in the balls by everyone, which Nick has now continued the tradition. So it's
Yeah.
actually perfect.
This
Twice.
fucking ball tap turned heads. That was ridiculous.
There was
God
noise down there
damn
that I don't think you could.
ridiculous.
Just like when I hit your belly and it sounded like a volleyball, that made a noise. I was like, I didn't even know where there's a bone down there, but it sounded like something got hit.
John rings with a look of genuine concern.
But if you play shitty, I'm going to call you out, right? And there's very sweaty, shitty ways to play that game. I've gotten like 3 people to apologize when I've called them out. They're like, I'm sorry, it's just the most effective way to play. And my answer is always like, dude, just do better in life. Come on, man. Like, what are you doing with yourself? Or, I go very psychological. I'm like, all right, this person clearly got fucked over really hard today if he's playing like this. He's like, shut up. No, I didn't. I'm like, see, this is all taking him out of the game. So yeah, you know how I do with my shit.
Sure do.
It's crazy how people
ever.
It's crazy how people can be so sweaty in a game that like has no it's not like they're playing fucking MLG, Fortnite or Halo or Call of Duty or any of that. This is this isn't going to be a game that's featured at Evo or it's like it's just Dead by Daylight, dude.
Yeah.
Like
if there are tournament competition, be as sweaty as you want there against a casual. And then my favorite is I'll look up their Steam profile. I'm like, you have 5,000 hours on this game and you still play it this shittily. Like, what are you doing with your life?
Oof.
Like, I've had that game since 2016 and I'm only up to 600 hours. That's considered still new to that game for like people who actually play it. So I'm just like, dude, it's crazy.
I had 30 minutes in that game and I got it in like 2014 or whatever.
But yeah, no, it's I'm gonna try to dip my toes into a whole bunch of games. There's a whole bunch of random PS2, actually original Xbox games I want to get through. Logan's been asking me about them. But Chambers, since we do actually have some time now, we mentioned it before, got all of our Patreon reviews out of the way, except, a couple movies we got to get to. But as Nick alluded to, we'll get him back on with our bonus beer episodes. But in the meantime, what questions we got this week?
Questions that you can get in over at patreon.com/drink a beer and play a game, where for as little as $2 a month, you can ask a question that we'll answer on each and every single one of these Power Hour podcasts. First up from Dr. Jones. With Sony's decision to go fully digital and most likely Xbox going the same route, how do we feel this will affect gaming conventions in a few years? Also, Hams is the truth.
See, man of the people.
I've never denied how good Hams is.
Yeah, but you haven't accepted Hams into your heart, Jim, and I'm just here trying to spread the good word.
It is in my heart. I enjoy it.
Oh my God.
But I have loyalties, Brian.
You don't have loyalty to shit.
I'm a loyal boy.
You are not a loyal boy.
Not to you, but to a lot of other things, yes.
Yeah, you ain't loyal to shit. You ain't loyal to franchises, the things that got you through your teenage years. Yeah, your loyalties. Yeah,
Sir, I still jerk off to plenty of things from my teenage years, I'll have you know, all right?
Damn it.
Does Sandy know about this?
She knows as much as she needs to know.
She knows he's the guy who takes his ring off at too many games is all I'm going to say,
Oh!
Some of us don't have to do that, Jim. Some of us keep our rings on. Some of us
some of us take it off when they're pooping. Just some of us happen to poop 7 times in, a 5-hour period.
Very convenient story you got there. But Dr. Jones,
my pickle.
Great question. Honestly, well, here's the deal. I would say too many games, it actually won't affect it at all. Because the thing I do appreciate at like too many games is there's not really any true like AAA game developers there. So it's all indie developers anyway. And they're gonna make physical kind of regardless. Some of them, like we saw that one guy in the back who was making like the new carts for the original NES, that like dentist game we played.
That dentist game was awesome.
That was really fun. So I think that's always going to be the thing. So yeah, it will hurt indie developers who are trying to actively make for the new systems. Although I'll be honest, every time we have seen the ones like Toxic Avenger has fucking been there for the past 3 years. Like I don't know what they're doing with that game, but every year it's there. And I'm
It'll come
like,
out sometime.
yeah, I'm like, hasn't this been released yet? I feel like I halfway beat the game every time I come back here.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, I don't think gaming conventions now I can't speak to like PAX East or West. Maybe they're probably way more prominent and have like all the developers there. I think there's gonna be a general tonal shift in just support of anything Sony, especially right now. If Xbox especially carries down that path, I think yeah, sales will probably get hurt. And I don't know. I don't know how they're gonna present at these cons. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I think in the short term, it's not going to make any kind of goddamn difference. But like, I'm interested to see what these. Oh, Christ, if I'm still going these things when I'm 50, but I'm interested to see when, like, 10 years down the line, how these conventions are going to look because, you know, as we all get older, certain like the retro bubble for certain things is only going to last for so long. Uh, That'll be interesting. I mean, these conventions already are a terrible spot to do any real game hunting because of how much they fucking charge for everything. So even then, different strokes for different folks and different collections out there. I have everything I need, so I don't need to overpay anymore. But, we ran into a lot of people who did pay for shit while there. But yeah, I mean, 15 years from now, it's going to be like when the PS5 is retro and that's like the last console you're buying like physical media for. It's going to be really, really weird. But a lot of these cons are all about the guests and YouTubers anyway, so it might just be a footnote. It might not be that big of a deal. I don't know. It's a weird one.
Yeah, for me, I kind of have like a different take than both of you. So like
The
in
wrong
the
one?
short term, yeah, in the short term, I think this is already going to start affecting PS5 prices. With the news that the PS6 is going to be all digital and that the discs, even you have those like cross-generational games, right? Like when PS1 went to PS2, you had like Tony Hawk 2, and then on the PS2 you had Tony Hawk 2.5 or whatever. You're not going to see that really anymore. Well, physically, there will be no bridge crossing over. Just like how there was Breath of the Wild on the Wii U, and then you had Breath of the Wild on the Switch. I think PS5 used games are going to go through the fucking roof within the next year easily. Especially with niche games too, like Stellar Blade. That game has been holding its value since it fucking came out. But even more so now with the private market, or third party market rather, is any indicator, it can raise its price. Like it might be $55 at GameStop right now, but you go to a convention and that's the game you're looking for. Somebody might be selling it for fucking 65 or 70
Oh,
or
not to
even
cut you
more.
off real quick, but
Yeah.
there was a time when it was releasing and all the controversy around it that like people were holding on to sealed versions of the original patch before they started like patching over
Hmm.
some of the outfits and crap like that. So, someone could have a version 1.0 fucking patch disc version and that could become like a real hot item one day.
Exactly. So in the short term, I think we're gonna start seeing things right away. Like I haven't been to a convention since March this year, but I could imagine. And listen, I mean, I've heard and I've kind of witnessed myself. I didn't get to do a whole lot of looking around or shopping at too many games last year since I was working it, but I've always heard that like Too Many Games was an expensive show. The retailers there um are very pricey. Now compared to say a show like SoCal or Game On, you can still find deals there. But with Game On kind of not even being really game centric anymore and SoCal having the heat that it does, you're going to have a lot of vendors, especially within the last like 3 years. You'll see less and less vendors with games out and more vendors with glass cases with games in them. Because everyone's now, they don't care about moving, a $20 game for $30. They're more concerned about a $405 game moving for $600 to $700. Everyone's trying to be, the big, A-list fucking S plus tier price of games mover. So conventions themselves, I think, are going to be definitely something that might die off in the next 10 years. As far as the ones we're used to, I think that the Summer Games Fest and PAX and things like that, those are going to be like the mainstays for a while, because that's where we get our major announcements for the most part. We all said the same thing about E3 though, and then E3 got killed mostly by the pandemic and the admission to general population. Um, but
And YouTube making it like not necessary too.
yeah, as that as well. So, um, I think the biggest impact that we're going to see is like Jim was saying, like when the PS5 becomes retro and this and that, um is going to be like the digital market spaces as well. With those things closing down and shuttering, once we've seen it time and time again with like the 360 store closing, now the PS3 and Vita store closing. Once the PS5 store closes, I mean, any like a common title nowadays is going to become, exponentially more expensive once that digital storefront closes. And accessibility to the common title is going to be even more and more rare, for a lot of instances there. So it's something we've seen, I think all of us can agree as collectors within the time frame when digital storefronts were selling the same thing as a physical copy, but once that storefront closes, that physical copy now, is three times its weight in gold. So it's an unfortunate thing. I think Xbox has an easy ass fucking layup if they continue to do physical media.
Mhm.
But there's nothing easy like when it comes to Xbox. So we'll see.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah,
They're
yeah. I
they're
mean,
very good at pulling defeat from the jaws of victory. So,
damn
Yep.
it,
but yeah,
Jim.
no, we'll actually be getting to that a little bit more a little bit later in this episode too. So, no, very good question. Next up from Burn Retinas, what is a movie that you can watch over and over again and never get tired of?
Hmm.
Feel like we say it all the time. I mean, it's whatever your favorites are, but I'm going to speak for you, Jim. I'm going to say The Departed, Django.
Departed, Django. Yep.
Um, you could probably insert a lot of the Tarantino movies with that.
Yep.
Decent amount of Scorsese films.
I mean,
Ah, fuck that guy.
You don't like them.
No, no. I always thought he was a fucking snob, but now he's like one of those AI adopters where he's
Ah.
like, you gotta, you gotta get with the times, the car replaced the horse and buggy kind of guy, you know?
it is weird how a lot of these like boomer artistic types are like really like hopping on the AI train.
Yeah,
It's like, wow, you guys out
Scorsese,
of anyone. And like he's a guy.
Scorsese, Lucas,
I mean, Lucas isn't a big shock. He's always been like, the tech dude, but like, what the fuck is Scorsese doing with AI in any of his movies?
right?
Yeah.
A 3 hour fucking movie filled with Dagos. You need some goddamn AI. You need to put some more in the background. Like, what the hell?
But you know what? Let's make this question a little more interesting because you can say the classics, like what we just said, are ones that, of course, everyone. I'll throw out like random ones that probably not as many people are going to say. If Fifth Element's on, I'm gonna
Oh,
watch
hell
it.
yeah.
Frighteners, if that's on, I'm gonna watch it.
Fucking
And,
love Frighteners. That is such
yeah,
an like a forgotten classic.
So
like
Michael
no
J.
one
Fox,
talks about
right?
it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Jake Busey.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Collateral. That's another one that I don't think gets enough praise, but that's those are three
It's a good
not as
Arnold movie.
obvious ones I'll throw out there.
Yeah.
No, it's Tom Cruise. Oh,
Collateral.
you're
Oh,
thinking of Collateral Damage with
damage.
Arnold.
Yeah,
Yeah.
collateral damage.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus
My bad.
Christ.
Yeah. One word off.
Uh, this is an eraser household, I'll have you know.
Damn it, Jim.
But yeah,
uh,
for like Falling Down for me is one of those ones like when Encore was like the free premium channel on basic cable.
mhm.
Anytime Falling Down was on, like I knew what my ass was doing until that movie was done. And that's
Mhm.
why it's like one of my favorite movies of all time still at this point because like I could just quote that movie left and right. It's always a fun goddamn watch.
Yeah, falling down, dude. I mean, that movie is like a little more, I think it might be more relatable now than it's ever been.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ahead of its time.
way ahead of its time.
And it's
Anytime I
also
watch that
it's
movie, I feel
also
like
a
I need to
movie
take a
that
shower.
you absolutely like. Maybe someone has done it. You could make a mod in a second and have it in GTA.
Easy.
Like
Yeah.
it
Oh, to
could
be defense, yeah.
yeah, like it could be so quickly becoming just a GTA game.
I
What
am
about you,
very
Nick?
I am very much a movie connoisseur, you know. I hate the term, but it's a cinephile, you know. Um I
Brian,
love
dump over that first part when we put this up.
um dude, I mean, I love like Pulp Fiction's my number one favorite movie of all time. But then also too, I'm very much what you see is what you get. You know, I love Triple X, The Fast and the Furious, Tokyo Drift as well. That one's mm. And then you also got slop like Biodome as well that
Oh,
I could watch
I'm a
time and
fan of
time and time
Biodome.
again. You know, Grind from 2003, I believe, the
Hmm.
skateboarding comedy. There's a plethora of movies there that like I could just watch
Desperado,
over.
Selena, La Bamba.
I'm more Italian than I am Mexican, you racist son of a bitch.
What? I don't know what you're talking about.
Pinche güero.
Jim just named off every Mexican movie he could possibly think of.
I'm a little
I was struggling.
racist.
Oh man. Oh,
Yeah,
you also forgot Once Upon a Time in Mexico, by the way.
Nah, too obvious. I need the slow burn.
Um, but yeah, I mean, in horror movies, like as long as it's a monster film or like a slasher, I'm there. You know,
yep.
it doesn't have to be that deep, you know what I mean? I love Dream Warrior. I could watch that all the time. Another one too that I could watch all the fucking time and never get sick of is Wes Craven's New Nightmare. That movie is probably the scariest Freddy
Oh
movie
yeah, for
that's come
sure.
out.
Yeah.
So, yeah. It's a good question, you know, but it's different flavors for every walk of life there.
By the way, I just thought of a few other ones. And to say their guilty pleasures would go beyond belief, it's ones that will definitely piss off Jim, is Blank Man,
Oh my God.
How Black Man pissed me off. That movie's amazing.
Bebe's Kids.
You know, I've
And
never fully watched it. I've only seen the reviews of the
really?
video games. Yeah.
And the original House Party. Like
Nice.
Oh, that's
those
a
are
good
other
one.
like
Fucking Kid and Play.
yeah.
Hmm.
Oh dude, all the kid what was the other one they did? Class Act. Yeah, that was another one
Yeah.
with Kid and
Hmm.
Play. Oh, yeah, I love those movies as a kid. I didn't understand them, but I loved them as a kid and
Yeah.
can't believe I watched them. So yeah.
Encino Man,
And see,
the
dude,
mo
most
the m-
Pauly Shore shit. By the way,
Dude, I watched Son-in-Law like 4,000 times when I was
Son-in-Law
a
in
kid.
the
it is
Army
a
Yeah.
Now.
Thanksgiving classic.
Yeah.
Yep.
Jury Duty in the
Hmm.
army. Like,
Yep.
yeah, he Renaissance Man. Like he or wait, no, he wasn't in that. That was Danny DeVito. Was he in that too?
What, Renaissance Man?
Yeah.
No, Pauly Shore is
Oh,
not in Renaissance Man.
I couldn't remember. I
Have you
know
ever
it's
seen
Danny
Pauly
DeVito.
Shore is Dead?
No, that's the newer one, right?
Well, it came out in like 2003. It's like a very meta
Oh.
movie. He fakes his death to become famous again.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's very ahead of its time kind of movie, but it's very good.
Well,
Yeah,
you
I'll have
can't
to
make
check it out.
jury duty anymore because they don't put cigarette lighters in cars.
Damn it,
Just all
Jim.
out the window.
Damn it. No, but I love that question now. Good question, Burned.
The
Yep.
Mummy
And
is also a good one. Sorry. There's
Mhm.
so
oh yeah,
many. There's so many.
exactly. So yep, that'll wrap up the questions for this week. Once again, thank you to everyone out there for all the support. Make sure if you're checking us out on YouTube, check out us on all the audio versions as well. iTunes, Spotify, Podbean, wherever you can find us. Leave those likes, comments, subscribes. Anything you can do will help the page. And speaking of helping pages, check out our boy Nerdy Nick N Squared Podcast, his Twitch page, his YouTube page. All the links to his shit will be below. So give our boy some love.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of support, you guys are still loving the continued support, commenting, requests that have been going on since the beginning of this year with our music selection. And if you're watching this, it's time for Jim and I to give our picks from July of our favorite picks from you guys. And then We have to be nice to each other for once. I'll say my favorite from Jim. Jim will say his favorite from me. So, Chambers, I'll let you go first. What's your favorite fan pick and what's your favorite pick from me?
Ah, God, it's a tough. This was a very good month from like basically almost everyone because like you had like all the all-time classics in there, like stuff from Sonic and Streets of Rage 2, stuff that tugs my heartstrings. You had the weird crap like the songs that were made specifically for games, and I'm such a mark for that all the goddamn time. So like, of course you had the Still Alive from Portal, but you also had like Nobody Suspects a Thing from Aquadad. And at first I was like, what the fuck is Aquadad? And I listened to this, I'm like, song's goddamn catchy. But yeah, at the end of the day, I had to go with my heart, and I just went with Jump Up Shooting Star, picked by our boy Bird Rettness from Mario Odyssey. Like from the second I heard that song in the trailer for Mario Odyssey, I was like, "Ooh, what is this that they're throwing in here?" And it comes at such like just a pivotal and cool point in that game that it just always stuck with me since I played it. So had to go with that.
Nice. What about from me?
All right, so your picks. You have the main theme from Time Lord, the bicycle training theme from Punch Out, uh, Jim Milton Rides Again from Red Dead Redemption 2, and by the time this episode is out, the main theme from Duke Nukem.
Duke Nukem 3D. Be
Duke
specific.
Nukem 3D. Yes, to be specific. We're not talking about some, PC
DOS
88
game.
bullshit. Yeah, I went with Punch Out. I mean, one.
I know you were gonna go with Punch Out.
It's an all timer. What can I say?
I'm a little racist.
What? I don't know what you're talking about here. What? What's going on?
And for those of you not to know, you'll never know.
It's probably very easy to know, but for those of you who are on E-Bombs World in 2004, oh, you fucking know. But yeah, even besides that, it's just like such a good, catchy little track. So I mean, it's an all timer for a reason.
Yeah, I'm like you. The amount of songs on here where I was like, fuck, this is it. Oh, fuck, no, this is going to be it. See, the one I thought you were going to go with, I thought for sure you were going with Dreamer from Streets of Rage 2.
It's up there. It's definitely up there.
Which would have been mine, but friggin' Rigney picked Vampire Killer from Castlevania, and you're not beating that. Like they had Beginning from Castlevania Bloodlines at the beginning, another great one, but Vampire Killer and Bloody Tears are the two definitive Castlevania songs, so it's like you're really not beating that. But from you, you had some shit picks. So you started with
son of a fuck.
You started
all
with
quality.
Well, Bomb on Battlefield. There you go. That's a good one. Super Mario 64 versus Yorkist, Duelist of the Rose. One of the worst ones from that because the other person who picked the other song did much better. And people
how
seem to
dare
like
you?
that better. You had obviously Green Hill Zone from Sonic. Great. Then your bullshit table theme from Jockey Crush.
Jackie.
No, I'm
I
not.
didn't say jockey.
Listen,
the fuck is jockey?
It's jockey. It's not Ja Rule. It's Ja Rule. All right. J-A.
It's Japanese.
Yeah, exactly. Jackie.
Yes, Jackie.
Yeah. Jackie is Chinese. He's not even Japanese. So stop being racist. And there's no
how many times am I hitting this episode?
I'm a little racist.
Jesus. Dan, what have you done?
About every 4 sentences.
But yours is so easy. Green Hill Zone. I mean, that's in my top, like probably 5 favorite songs. So you're not beating that. So that was your one really redeeming song this month, Jim.
How fucking dare you? All gold.
Next month, you have some real horse shit that really pissed me off. And so I decided to stick with giving you nicknames every time I announce your name for your songs. So
these are all amazing deep cuts right here. That's what this month is going to be.
Listen, Jim, you would be depressed if I showed you the stats of my picks.
I know how my views are. I know you and your fucking normie bullshit. It's fine.
Normie,
I'm trying to educate the masses.
You mean great? You mean
educating the masses, opening their eyes to something new, not just feeding them the same slop left and right.
Terrible bullshit, Jim.
Slop.
But everyone out there, thank you all so much. Keep getting in your requests. We are winding down, obviously. I'm at the point where I don't know for sure if there will be spots left over by the end of the year, but keep submitting them. If I can squeeze it in there, like I try to kick out Jim and I selections because we honestly want to hear more about what you guys want. And chances are there's a lot of you that have made requests. I don't want to be that guy to be like, already did it, but chances are I might have already done it, especially if it's a
There's
little
been a
more
few repeats
popular.
already.
There's
Yeah.
been a lot of repeats. So keep on getting them in there. Really appreciate it, guys. And cheers for getting that in there.
Look,
What
Brian,
you're
I can just have
saying
Zwick.
is-
I can have Zwick dump like 30 tracks for you, dude. You're good. We're set.
What you're saying is you want my next pick. That's what
Yeah,
I'm
actually,
hearing.
you should, because we've technically, let me double check your list. Yeah,
We've done a
we've
bunch
used
of
up
his.
all of yours. You were used up by June. No, all of his were already used up by June. So yeah, you're gonna have to give us 5 extra.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I've got 5 ready to
Not
fucking go.
right now off the top of your head.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know. I've already got them though.
But yeah, send it to us.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love, like I said, it's a lot of work, but I do love it because the amount of songs I've like discovered, I'm like, holy shit, those are bangers. So
Oh yeah.
what I'm really curious if by the time we hit the end of the year, are there any super obvious ones that like won't get picked? Because everyone thinks, oh, somebody's gonna get that one. And nobody, like, I can't believe it took this long to get the Green Hill Zone.
Yeah,
Yeah, because
I
I
don't
think
even.
my Sonic choice was Chemical Plant Zone. That
Yeah,
was way
you were
earlier.
the second video of the year. You were
Yeah.
January 2nd with Chemical Plant. Yeah.
But yeah, I
so-
mean, Brian, you've been kicking ass and putting a shitload of work in to get these videos out every single day. I mean, for as much as I hate you and hate your guts and hate everything about you, I got to respect the hustle. But speaking of you being a busy little boy, you have taken to X the Everything app lately, and you have found yourself a little pedestal there, Brian. You have
Sure.
found a little subject to speak out about from the mountaintops. Why don't you take this one away?
all right, boys. So Nick, I was gonna stick to just Coors, but you talked about how like Busch Light was doing interesting cans. Of
Mhm.
all places, I bought this, didn't even know they had a fancy can, so I got regular Paps, right?
Yeah.
Apparently, I got the fucking 16 ounce. For some reason, they have Godzilla
Oh.
on here.
Look at that.
I don't know why. It says attack
Jim,
Peter.
press the button.
No.
Jim,
Press the button.
Do it,
No,
Jim.
I'm just quoting the movie. I don't know what you're talking about.
Uh-huh.
I'm a little racist.
Dan's probably like, damn it. But Jim, yeah, let's get into it. I am very well established. Not an internet guy, not someone who engages on X very much. We have a topic we'll talk about later called the normie view because of me. You and I have been covering or talking about since we first heard about the Resident Evil movie. We talked about the very first trailer, which was like super short.
Mm.
And then the next trailer came out and I watched it. And a lot of people watched it and I felt like had the same feelings I did. So you get a little more context into this movie. The everyman guy with the annoying beanie, the annoying smile, he's got to go deliver something and a little
Wait,
medical.
Why are beanies catching strays over here? What the hell beanies do to you?
That particular one. Jim, as someone who used to wear beanies all the time, that was just an annoying beanie. There's good beanies and annoying ones. We can agree with that.
I can definitely agree. I hate the beanies that sit over the ears. That they're basically a fucking yarmulke. It's like, bro, you're not. It's not keeping you warm from shit.
Exactly. Good beanies, bad beanies.
When your head's as big as mine, everything's a yarmulke.
Damn it, Jim. But so the trailer goes on, and other than a zombie, a little throw of, oh, there's an old typewriter in a room right next to a new laptop. Oh, he's got to look for bullets. There's nothing Resident Evil-ish about the trailer. But like I said, when we very first saw the first trailer, I was like, oh, this guy. By the way, his name, I'm assuming it's Krieger.
Yeah, it's either Krieger or Krager. I'm not sure which.
It's Krieger.
It is Krieger. Okay. I love Barbarian. Weapons don't get like that's a very mid movie. But so to me, all right, I know he can do horror. I don't doubt this will be a good horror movie. But this asshole has gone on a gazillion interviews and in so many words, is kind of taking shots at Resident Evil fans. And he's like, yeah, I just wanted to tell my story. Yes, it takes place during the events of Resident Evil 2, but I wanted it in the snow and I wanted it modern day. And you kind of have to deal with that. But he keeps saying he wants it during the events of like 2 and 3. So I'm like, well, you can't have it both ways. He's getting a little uppity about how he's acting in these interviews. So all I did was showcase one of his interviews, and I just said, translate it. I want to use the name recognition of a franchise to drive ticket sales, but don't really care about the source material. And oh boy, did that get all the reactions.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of people agreeing with me, but apparently Kreger has a fandom and they are rabid. And I don't know who they've been arguing with before me. They're like, yeah, oh, because you want to see Leon and Chris. I was like, where the fuck did I mention Leon and Chris? Like, everyone went down a judgment hole of like what I meant by that. But once again, he is going to make a really good horror movie. He is throwing stupid little aspects, zombies and other tropes. Nowhere in Resident Evil, that fat dude in the sewer, the chick who comes out with arms and legs, which looks like Evil Within. Like, he's going to make a good horror movie, but just slapping Resident Evil on it, yeah, it is annoying. I appreciate and don't absolutely hate the original Resident Evil movies because they're terrible. And I just said I like Blank Man, so I can accept terrible movies. But even those were not
terribly entertaining, though.
Yeah, they're entertaining. I didn't view those as Resident Evil movies. I was like, once again, you're using the name. You're just telling a story about this superpower chick named Alice who exists in the Resident Evil world. At least they kept characters, the general source material and monsters to the universe, but they threw in something original. He's taking a different approach. And then he's like, well, if you looked at this as more of a new game in the series, you wouldn't think it's weird. It's like, yeah, asshole, you're the one saying it's an adaptation of 2 and 3.
Yeah.
That's where you fucked yourself. You shouldn't have opened your mouth about that. So now you get this weird arguing back and forth. So, and you know me, Jem. I like to engage. If you're going to engage me, I'm going to engage right back. So I got all kinds of weird comments. So all I said as a follow-up was just, as a Philly sports fan, I get defense of something you love, but those fans are just a whole different breed. He made one really good movie and one okay movie. Calm down, eat a Snickers. I left it at that. By the way, the number of people who picked up, they're like, is the one good film Barbarian? I'm like, yes, obviously. But like, he's gone on to then further reply, and he keeps digging the hole worse and worse. I don't care that it's in snow. I don't care that it's new phones. I care because I want a legit good Resident Evil movie. And the defense of this shit is, but he's making a survival horror. It's person going from point A to point B with limited resources. I'm like, yeah, you're describing survival horror. Survival horror is not just Resident Evil. Like, this asshole would be like, I'm going to make a Silent Hill movie. All I need is fog. Then it's Silent Hill. Guys, we're there. Like, it's so mind numbing how wrong people are getting about what people are actually upset about. They're like, you had 14 films. And it's like, yeah, once again, either they were absolutely terrible or they really weren't Resident Evil films. They were a film about Alice, and then that remake we covered, or whatever it was.
Welcome to Raccoon City. Yeah, like a weird
we did that
retone of a
with
bunch of
the
them.
bonus beers.
Yeah.
Yes, we did.
Like,
Yeah.
that one was just not done well either. So it's just like, I want a good director like him to, yes, I don't need a shot for shot remake, but there's enough lore and source material where this guy is talented enough. I do want to see, even if it's not Leon or Claire, if you're going to do Resident Evil 2, have somebody going through a town. Walk your ass through Kendo's. Walk your ass through the precinct. Do the things from the movie. Like, I don't need a fat dude taking a shit in the sewer. That's a cool visual.
That is my representation, sir.
So yeah, I you know me, I'm gonna engage. And then eventually I just got tired. I was like, people kept going. I was just like, all right, now I'm bored of this.
Yeah.
But there are all types of people making their own rebuttals and things. And Jim, you posted one of these guys. And by the way, Apex Autist, um, you click on his profile
What a
and
name.
it says everything you need to. I don't know what JUCHE is.
I think that's juice maxing.
Juice maxing and retard
Mogger.
mogger.
Yep.
And if you look at most of his posts, I'm like, yeah, this is a guy that would make the post he did because he was so off base. But yeah.
Well, right. Isn't there a kernel of truth possibly in his post where basically Capcom notoriously doesn't want people to make a one-for-one retelling of the games? And like that was kind of a famous thing a while ago when Romero wanted to do a Resident Evil movie and they said no because he wasn't making it different enough.
Yeah,
So
but that was like in 99 or 2000. Capcom has now whored out Resident Evil to that shitty show.
That actually
To
started back in like 96.
yeah, like my point is like yeah, back when they were establishing it, but now it feels like they are willing to let a lot of people run with the IP.
right,
So,
people still run with the IP, but it's not like anyone's making a true, retelling one for one of the games that everyone's like, clamoring for basically.
but that's the thing. Once again, that's what I'm saying. I don't need a one for one. I want give me the universe. Like that would be like saying I'm going to make a Street Fighter game or a movie. I'm not going to have any characters, but it's going to be people just fighting each other. And that's the essence of Street Fighter. So it's a Street Fighter movie. It's like,
Which
no,
is funny you said that, Jim, because it seems to me that the new Street Fighter movie that's coming out this year is going to be more akin to the game source material than not.
Yeah.
Than the previous one we got. You know what I'm saying? I
Right.
think your argument with the whole, and I get it, you might be playing devil's advocate, which is a very Jim thing. But
No, podcasts are great when everyone just agrees and moves on. So
yeah.
yes, makes for
Yeah.
great discussion.
Yeah. No, that's like it's a failed argument. It is a 100% failed argument in that regard. Like you need to lean into it for what it is, and you have a franchise that is so well established and lore across multimedia with movies, video games, books, comic books, etc. Um, I'll say my 2 cents and then I'll leave it here. Welcome to Raccoon City. We might have been too harsh on it in our review of it because that might be the most lore accurate Resident Evil movie we will probably ever get in our lifetime. Um Also, Zach Krager made one great movie, Barbarian. Weapons was predictable, like almost like 15 minutes into the movie. It was all leading up hype is what it got. It had crazy advertisements with kids running like fucking Naruto ninjas, and that was it. Once the plot started to develop, you're like, "Oh wow, there is no plot. This is just the Pied Piper with a fucking witch." Okay, cool. Zach Krager is most famous for his work on The Whitest Kids You Know, which is a sketch comedy show with
The best or a second best sketch comedy show to Kids in the Hall. But yes.
yeah. And he wasn't even the best in the show. It
No,
was all
that was the
Trevor.
Trevor Morris show. Yeah.
It was the Trevor Moore show.
But he was a great straight man.
100,000%. Scaring babies, like the fucking best shit.
Yeah.
I think he is very much akin to what is it, Jordan Peele, where it's like, ooh, you make some kind of like art house horror movie. You're the greatest fucking horror director ever. When it's really just overblown hype and fucking pizzazz and like everyone's just fucking jizzing themselves over and jerking themselves over it. Honestly, like Barbarian was all right in my opinion. Like I say great, but that's like the bar for horror nowadays is so fucking low. You know what I'm saying? Like fucking mini me could fucking hop over
I
it.
was gonna say, wait a second. Nowadays,
Yeah, well,
We
hey,
we talk about the strong lineage of quality horror movies over
hey,
the decades.
Oh, whoa.
hey,
Calm your
Jason Goes to
tits.
Hell? What? Come
Yeah,
on.
don't even dare.
But like,
We got to protect our horror. Jesus. Let's
but what
go.
I'm
Right.
saying here is as much I'm very much agreeing with Brian on this. Like, and we had a huge discourse over on Discord about adaptations the other day. When I brought up the Resident Evil trailer, posted it in my Discord channel. Um, you have fans, right? And I akin this to Marvel and comic books and whatnot. When it comes to adaptations, like one of the examples I brought up specifically was Thor: Love and Thunder. That was Gore the God Butcher story arc is what they were adapting there. And they fucking fumbled so fucking hard. So fucking hard, okay? Um, I didn't go to see Thor: Love and Thunder to see some fucking Taika Waititi comedy vehicle. I went to go see them finally bring Thor back into a more of a serious role as he's always been. He's never been a fucking comedic relief character in the comic books whatsoever in the source material. Even in the first Avengers, you could even say that he was the straight man through that entire movie because he was very much just like, I am a god, you're a puny people, you know, I'm going to get the job done. I don't need any of you, blah, 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 blah,
They very much morphed him more into Ultimate's Thor than his original Thor. Then,
blah.
yeah.
Correct. So, anyways, like I made the argument that fans of the source material, when they go see a movie like this or X-Men or so on and so forth, right? We go to see those panels brought to life. That's what we are expecting. And and when we are told XYZ storyline is being uh adapted or adopted into film and whatnot, we have that expectation, right? There is that expectation of, oh, this is going to be a Resident Evil 2 movie. We as the fans of the franchise know 2 and 3 are simpatico. They are the same timeline, just different parts of the city. We know what to expect. There's going to be a Mr. X, there's going to be a Nemesis, so on and so forth. If this guy is insert generic character here, he might run across either of them or both of them. He might run across a Leon. He might see a Claire. He might see a Kendo's gun shop. He might see the RPD in the background, etc., etc. Um, that's what we expect, right? That's what we are like, okay, that's what we're told, that's what we're going to get. And then we get this pompous ass guy who's fueled on honestly nothing but fucking hype. He is a director fueled on nothing but hype. And any Zach Kreger fucking stan out there, fucking come at me. I've been a fan of the guy probably longer than you've been alive with his work in The Whitest Kids You Know in the early 2000s and whatnot. Go fuck yourself. I don't give a shit. Um, I am a bigger fan of Resident Evil, and I'm tired of this franchise being towed around like a fucking mangy dog on a leash throughout the town. Like, we want what we want, and for the director to go out against the fans and say, the shit that like that he's been doing about, how the fans are haters and this and that and the other thing. He That's the problem. Fans are being misconstrued for haters, and I hate that. I posted an article written from I think it was Collider in my Discord about how that article was like everything wrong with what's going on with this movie. And the article was calling fans of the franchise, Resident Evil fans, haters. And that's what I feel like everything's just come down to. It's a simple term. Haters, haters, haters. But it's like what is this? Fucking 2006? Is everyone that doesn't like something just called a hater nowadays? Like, no, we're fans of the source material. We were told we were getting this, and now we see what we're getting, and we're like, what the fuck is this? And as far as like everything like aesthetically looking goes, it looks more like a fucking Evil Dead movie to me than it does a Resident Evil movie. It might be a great horror movie. Fuck. As far as I'm concerned, Jordan Peele fucking fired his whole team because they didn't get the rights to the script because he wanted this script more than anything. Um, what that tells me is this was a script floating around as a horror movie, not a Resident Evil movie. Um, and again, like you got the fat guy in the sewer. You got the amalgamation of a bunch of fucking zombies coming out the door that we haven't even seen yet. But that's more like the ultimate monster in Evil Dead Rise than it is in anything in fucking Resident Evil.
Mhm.
Um, you have all the zombies that are running, um, jumping off buildings and stuff to get the guy on the street level. We've never seen anything like that in Resident Evil. Um, you know for certain there's going to be a baby fucking zombie because you see that
The little
scene
arm.
with the
Yeah.
little arm. It's going to be a fucking baby zombie. Wow, what are you, fucking Zack Snyder and fucking Dawn of the Dead? Cool.
Mhm.
Um, listen, my biggest thing is you give these fucking art house, quote unquote, you give these fucking all hype, no gas fucking directors all of this fucking credit and this and that. And you can see it with like the guys from like Obsession and Backrooms and whatnot, and even Five Nights at Freddy's and those films. It's like cool that they had one good fucking movie. That doesn't mean they're the next fucking Quentin Tarantino. That doesn't mean they're the next Scorsese or Christopher
You need a
Nolan
lot
or
more N words to be the next Tarantino, but yes, go on.
yeah, right. I know I'm going on a rant here, but it's I think it's fucking warranted because of all the hate that's been thrown at Resident Evil fans, people who love the property for what it is and for what it's done over the years. It's created a legitimate category in not only games but in films as well. And for people to be like, oh, well, he's looking for bullets and he's upgrading his gun from a pistol to a shotgun to whatever, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, cool, dude. You can do that in fucking anything.
Yeah.
Does that mean if I make a cabin in the woods type of film where a guy walks in and is armed with a crowbar, then gets a shotgun, then finds a fucking magnum, does that mean it's a Resident Evil movie? You know what I mean? It's fucking stupid. The only thing that I posted that I commented in Brian's thread was I agree or like I completely agree or whatever was because I'm done entertaining this fucking argument of adaptations and directors' visions and this and that. It is literally just a quote unquote hot director who can't even let shit be. Like he's making a prequel movie to fucking Weapons now on Aunt Gladys. Like you can't even let shit be and let it just be like a one for one fucking thing. Like he's already a part of the fucking machine. What do you think he's going to do with this? You know what I mean? So again, I'm fucking done. I'm over it. Zach
No.
Kreger is a fucking idiot. I've seen his interviews with like IGN and his interviews
Mhm.
at Comic-Con and shit. The guy claims that he loves the games, but when IGN was asking him questions about the games, he didn't have any fucking real answers. He
He's
he
like,
looked
yeah, Resident Evil
confused as
2's after
fuck.
the bomb, right? It's like,
Yeah.
you mean when
Well, and the
Raccoon
merchant was
City's
like, what
destroyed?
when Brian Altano, I think is his name, he was like, "What are you buying?" And
Yeah.
Zach Kreger was like, I don't know. Like he just looked fucking stupid. So like he might have played one or two of the games, but he doesn't know the fucking franchise. And sure, some people might say the franchise has been bastardized nowadays to where it's fucking kind of gone. But like Resident Evil, if you're adapting the most popular part of the franchise, you need to come right.
Yeah.
You need to come right. You need to come ready. And what he's doing, it might be a great horror movie. And yes, I will go see it solely
Yeah.
for review purposes only. The same thing why I went to go see Spider-Man today. Like I don't really have a leg in the race when it comes to like Spider-Man, but I went to go see it to get a review out of it. Obviously, I'm a content creator, so I need the engagement, so on and so forth. I was genuinely curious about how this movie was going to be. I feel the exact same way I do about this Resident Evil movie. I am not holding my breath. I think it's going to be a run-of-the-mill kind of art house horror movie. And unfortunately, like those things just don't tickle my fancy, but I'm willing to give it
Yeah.
my $10.
Well, and here's the thing with everything you're saying. Like, you're right. all he needed to do is not say it's an adaptation. He clearly said, he's like, I wanted to see a horror movie in snow. I thought that would look cool. I wanted to do, like, he keeps talking about like the story he wanted to tell. It's like, so just say it's Resident Evil in the Resident Evil universe,
Mhm.
not an adaptation of 2. If you took those words out, people would be like, all right,
Yeah.
let's see what, but now he's like doubling down on it. He's like, well, just deal with it. Yeah, it's Resident Evil 2, but it's now. It's like, okay,
Mhm.
that's weird. I'd be like, I really want to do a Dune movie, but I want to do a movie in the water. So it's Dune, but in water. It's like, well, that shit doesn't work.
It's not Dune.
It's not
Yeah.
like that's exactly the point. And I
Yeah.
made a comment on someone's thing, like the way he's throwing in the tropes. I swear to God, if that I could see with his humor, that character is gonna open up a fridge at wherever he's at, and there's gonna be a sandwich and it's gonna be labeled Jill's. And it's like,
Yeah.
haha, so funny. Like
Right.
there's gonna be dumb shit like that it's just gonna drive me crazy. But no, I will absolutely say it, and I'll probably be like, you know what? Good horror movie. Just not Resident Evil.
I mean,
That's all there is to it.
for fuck's sake, he could have named it like you could have done like a naming convention for the title of the movie and just be like, "Deliver Me,
Yeah.
Raccoon City."
Or he could
You know,
have
that
just
could have been the title of the movie
Yeah.
because it's a play on the guy being a delivery guy, and it's also like deliver us from evil kind of. It could have been
he could have
anything, but he's
called
calling
it
it.
Resident Evil Outbreak, and no one
Yeah.
would have gave a shit. Like
Boom, there you
that's
go.
what it is. It's basically Resident Evil Outbreak, very oddly done still with the modern day, but whatever.
Yeah,
Do that. So him doubling down, his commitment to it is a Resident Evil 2 adaptation, and then his shithead fans. That's the problem with this movie now.
But now, boys. So let's do the Wayback Machine here. Let's do some what ifs. What if, we had social media back in, say, the 70s, 80s, 90s, and we're going through movies like The Godfather, Jaws, Blade Runner, Total Recall, Shawshank Redemption, movies that were adapted from established titles, used the established title, drastically changed many points about the actual source material, and turned out to be some of the best movies of all time.
Yeah, but you're
Is there a
comparing
precedent
a
that this has happened here?
Yeah, but you're comparing a single book adaptation versus, as Nick and I said, a game that has had 20 titles.
He himself said it's
movies.
based off Resident Evil 2, so one for one.
No, but Resident Evil 2 is a different medium than a book, or than a book.
Not the way the people are acting online. Lord, they cannot be desecrated.
Well, and here's the deal: people do bitch about adaptation. Like this is nothing new. People complain about adaptations. Game of Thrones, Harry Potter,
even The Shining.
The Shining. I mean,
Stephen
Shining's
King
another great
hated
one.
That shit. Yeah.
Stephen King hated the adaptation.
Yeah.
Of Stanley Kubrick's film.
Right.
Most Stephen King adaptations,
and most people like it more than the book.
Which is that's the thing. You can if you go see this movie.
I mean, it's widely regarded to be better than the book. The movie is better than the book.
Wait, which?
But if that's the case, that's the case. There are major differences between the book and the film.
Right, just like we have here. There is a potential there for some greatness out of here, and you go, "Oh, that could be the definitive Resident Evil experience." What if that becomes that then?
No, you can have. I don't think you will have fans, but that would be retarded.
I'm not thinking it's going to happen.
Oh no! I'm saying it would be weird because a book and a movie are easier translated than a game to a movie, right? Like, because a game is what you experience. It's its world. It's what it is.
Immersive. It's immersive.
Yeah, it's an immersive experience. Whereas a book and a movie are still just telling. Like at the end of the day, a movie just tells one singular story, right? A game is not about just telling the story. It's about the lore. And listen, I guarantee you, most of the people that are going to suck off Krager have never and will never pick up a controller to play the game. And that's fine. They can be like, hey, this is what Resident Evil is. And then they'll go to the game and be wildly disappointed. Be like, but where's the quirky guy? Where's the fat guy in the tunnel? Where's this? Where like that? But when you use a name like The Godfather and Jaws, those books sold, but they didn't sell like the movies. Resident Evil is an established franchise because of everything it's done, not just 2. And that was my point is Kreger is just cashing in on the name. And I love how people are like, he doesn't need the help. Even all 14 movies that people shit on, dude, it made billions of dollars for that franchise. Not one of those movies was a financial, but it actually like tripled their budget in every case. So yeah, the name carries weight because Resident Evil fans want to see Resident Evil shit.
And
So
two, to add on to the argument on the inverse, while Jurassic Park is highly regarded as one of the best movies of all time, you ask anyone who's read the book and seen the movie, they will tell you 10 times out of 10, the book is better than the movie. So
Yeah,
it's not
that happens a
always,
lot too. Yeah.
yeah, it's not always the case that like the movie is better than the book.
well, the worst, and Nick, you just said it, but Jim was insufferable with some of the stuff, and I know a lot of guys are comic book adaptations.
Mm.
Like there's a perfect example. The diehard comic book nerds will be like, it's so much whatever. Movies, by definition, are meant for more casual people. But it's ironic because that dude you posted, Jim, is basically trying to shit on actual Resident Evil fans and calling them casual if you don't like his direction with it. It's like, no, it's the
Well, yeah,
inverse.
he's also a troll account, so yeah.
Yeah. But it's just really like,
But actually, to your point though, like the Watchmen movie, that's probably one of the most faithful adaptations of everything ever. I fucking hate that movie, and I love Watchmen, the graphic novel. I
you
think
were
it's just
mad.
poorly paced, poorly acted. Like it's about as faithful as it gets, and you can be as faithful as you want to be,
Yeah.
but it can be a steaming hunk of shit. Or you can have a movie that's barely related to the source material at all. Like obviously, it's not the same kind of franchise, but like 10 Cloverfield Lane is the best movie in that franchise. It's barely tied to the rest of the fucking franchise. They just slapped the name on top of it to help it sell more, but it's a fantastic movie.
Like I said, there's ways you can go about it. I think if he wanted to make a Resident Evil 2 movie, then yeah, there's expectations. But if you want to just make a movie in the Resident Evil universe, don't say all that bullshit. And it's just his fans and how he's reacting. Like he should have been like, and maybe it's the biggest red herring in the world. Maybe that guy dies fairly early in the movie, and then Leon or someone does take over, and then it becomes our like. I guess that's a possibility. I don't know. Maybe it's the most well kept secret. However, the script got leaked, and people have already talked about kind of what happens, and I've seen that. So if those script leaks are correct, which let's face it, leaks on the internet tend to be pretty correct. Yeah, he doesn't really adapt anything to Resident Evil
Mhm.
2. So I would love to be wrong. I would love to be there and get shocked by how Resident Evil 2 it really is. But if not, all right. Worst case, it's a shitty horror movie. Best case, it's a good horror movie with very small tie-ins. I just know it's not a Resident Evil movie, the one we wanted that Nick and I are saying. That's all.
Yeah. And as far as like the comic book adaptations and whatnot go, like I think a lot of people nowadays, because they're so uh what is that segment you guys have? Normie view, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Everyone is so normie view when it comes to like MCU and the DC whatever they're fucking spewing out and stuff. Like it kind of sucks
Shit. It's
because
called shit.
yeah, because the real good like I might get crucified for this, but like the real good adaptations,
The
like
cartoon movies.
well that's great for DC. Marvel sucks with that.
Yeah,
But
true.
what Marvel did great was like for instance Punisher Warzone.
Fucking love that movie.
That is a legit like fucking page for page adaptation of Punisher in real life. And that was fucking awesome. But like even Punisher with Thomas Jane that I had brought up earlier when we were talking before the show, that's like almost akin that's like an adaptation of like was it Welcome Home or Welcome Back Frank. That movie even had like a prequel comic to it too that showed him as a Marine and so on and so forth. Like when you're making an adaptation of things, the fans of the source material have an expectation. And then when you specify that expectation, that's where fan criticism is, in my opinion, valid on the decisions and changes that you make to said specific adaptation. So when at the end of the day, when it comes down to a director saying, "Well, I wanted to show my vision," as soon as the word "my" comes out, it's not an adaptation anymore.
Yeah.
It's not.
Well, listen, here's where if everyone's okay with this idea, take take Jordan Peele. Give him the Legend of Zelda franchise, but it's modern day and Link is going through an office building and each level is a dungeon getting
Oh, so the
to
Masters of the Universe movie.
basically
Oh,
like
fuck off. That was such a good movie.
I do
but I'm
want to watch
saying,
that. No, I hear it. Hey, you were talking earlier about like, him just trying to generate hype. Fucking the marketers for that failed to generate any hype and that movie bombed. Isn't it good that he's trying to generate hype then?
no, he's
No.
not trying to generate hype, and that's a problem.
Seems like he
Even
is.
when his shithead fans use the term he's an auteur, I'm like, get fucked beyond belief. You've never held a tit in your hand. Go away. Shut up. Like,
Maybe you've never been in our tour.
yeah, I'll take that over what I do.
Yeah.
It's just crazy. But yes, Jim, you know me though. I've been on Twitter fights. Actually, one of the people we all don't like. I've gotten in arguments on Twitter. I don't
Yes, you
engage
had your spur
often.
out of Pat the NES punk about Conor McGregor 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Yes, we all remember.
And here's the deal. I do it once in a while. But that one I didn't think was gonna. I was like, no one's even gonna see this. It just was a random thought.
Always the one you least suspect.
Yeah. So
Yep.
it is what it is.
All right, now that the neckbeards have spoken, we can move on and get to the news of the day.
Masters of the Universe is a 10 out of 10 film.
I do want to watch that. It looks so goddamn fun.
Dude, it is
Not
so
even-
fucking good. Listen, I will say this and then we'll move on. I'm sorry, but
No, please.
Masters of the Universe is the only fucking corny fucking cartoon. This isn't even like a comic adaptation or anything. This is a movie based on toys that were made in the 80s to produce a cartoon and whatnot, right? So this movie is the only movie of its kind to have not only positive critic reviews but positive audience reviews, and is number one on Amazon Prime. The physical release of the movie was selling out while the movie was still in theaters. This is like my daughter watched it with me. My wife watched it with me over the weekend, neither of which have any fucking stake in the game and whatnot. And we're like, that was a fucking good movie. And common threads across reviews with people who have no familiarity with He-Man or Masters of the Universe, like my moderator Way of the Shinobi, common viewer Snark, were both saying this movie has better CG and color grading and et cetera, than any movie I've seen in the last 10 years. It is a visually beautiful movie. The story, its pacing, et cetera, et cetera. It's not like a Sonic movie where Sonic's thrust into the real world and you got to deal with real world stuff. Like Prince Adam is in Earth for like 15 minutes, maybe 10 minutes of the movie. Everything else is in Eternia. And it is just, it's so fucking good. You can't even tell Jared Leto is in the movie, which is also awesome.
What, he's not raping anyone?
Shut up, Jim.
Damn it, Jim.
See the movie. Watch
Topical.
the movie. No. Seriously, watch the movie. Go in with no expectations. When I saw this movie,
Allegedly.
Allegedly. When I saw this movie in the movie theaters, I said in my review, this must be what it felt like seeing Star Wars Episode 4 for the first time in the 70s. Because when I saw this movie in the movie theaters, it was awe-striking and mind-blowing. And it's getting the love. Unfortunately, it's getting the love it deserved when it should have been out, but it's getting it now.
I mean, that's what
now
all
that
cult
it's on
films are,
streaming.
right? Like they come out, they bomb, and then people love them after the fact.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's move on to someone that connects a lot more with Jim, his buddy David Jaffe, and he's a guy that would defend Krieger to the
Legend
end
of the
earth.
industry?
I mean,
Creator of God of War?
you and him
And Twisted Metal?
You and him share a lot of ideologies. Like, so yeah, what's he spewing on about tonight now, Jim?
Well, Bry, as David Jaffe tends to do, he has opinions on things. And of course, the hot button issue of the day is physical media and consoles going forward, as we've already been talking about tonight. So, from July the 23rd of 2026, year of our Lord. He says, here is actual uncomfortable truth. Phasing out physical media is not some evil, greedy, Illuminati anti-consumer plot. It's just the brutal, unavoidable financial reality of an industry trying to survive when games cost $300 million plus. You can see why third-party publishers aren't fighting Sony on this. They're popping champagne. That's taken from a longer video that I didn't take the time to watch because I don't care. I'm here for the headlines, baby.
I mean,
He's fucking wrong because there's been nothing but third-party people, third-party developers and publishers complaining about it and boycotting Sony.
yeah, like I think he's wrong with that. I think, of course, he made the overhyped. Do I think it's a global conspiracy, Illuminati style? No, but is it greedy corporations who no longer want to do it? Yes.
Corporation-y.
Yeah.
Like that's the part. It's like two things in that sentence. One's wrong, one's right. Like, no, I don't think it was like a collusion effort. Eventually, a corporation gets greedy and they say, where can we cut cost? Physical media, where we have to have production lines and this and this. Yeah, let's just stick it to digital. Obviously, it's cheaper to go digital. That is a greed-based thing. There's nothing not greed-based about that, right? Like it's not an inevitability on the sense of, well, it has to go digital. It doesn't, because a lot of third parties, and we talked about too many games, indie developers, people are recreating games now for the NES, the Genesis, Super NES. They're going out of their way to actually accumulate costs just to make physical media still a thing. So, yeah, when you have a budget, now when he says a game costs 300 million,
That's
no,
like the top of the top AAA
Yeah.
bullshit, and they're all overpriced and overinflated with their budgets anyway. Like
Yeah,
the
that's
$300 million
like
the $300 million games are the biggest problem with the AAA industry right now.
Yeah.
Like
and
Exactly.
they
of
don't
that
have to
300
be
million, 150 of that is advertising. Like the game development itself costs probably next to nothing, but they'll have inflated teams of too many people. And they're like, well, it costs us 300. No, it doesn't cost you 300 million. Your promotional materials, all your fucking ads you run, all of this. And that's what's costing you the money. If a game is good, it's going to, cream always rises to the top, like,
yeah.
that's right.
Oh yeah.
So it's very dumb for him to say that, but he says dumb shit all the time. That's why he's your boy, Jim. Like you and him are kindred spirits.
Don't
Listen,
you fucking dare.
I want to say too, real
We
fast.
might both be men of size, but we have vastly different ideas on things. All right.
About the point with like, it might be a $300 million game, but like, you've got way too many cooks in the kitchen on it and stuff. This is something I have to applaud Xbox on recently with their whole restructuring of everything. They were what is her name? The
Ashley
new
Sharma.
CEO. Huh? Bless you.
Asher
What?
Sharma. Damn it. Damn it. God damn it.
I'm a little racist.
Fuck. You need a counter.
What's her name?
Don't.
Say it slow.
Asher Sharma?
Okay, there you go. So what she had done in her open letter on X is like reveal how many levels of fucking unnecessary upper management there was
You
within
mean 14 levels? Yeah.
Yeah.
within regards to video game development. And she was like, no, we're not doing that shit. We're going to streamline this, et cetera, et cetera. That was like a big eye opener to a lot of people who are just casual video game fans, so on and so forth. Nobody is asking for a full-on cinematic fucking experience when it comes to video games. We play video games to
Except for those
escape.
Resident Evil fans.
We play video games to escape reality for the most part, to be entertained, to get our mind off shit. You're going through a bad breakup, you're fucking homesick for like fucking 4 days or whatever, or
You're making
you-
mixtapes.
whatever the case may be. There's no need for this overinflated fucking budget of shit. You know what I mean? Like you don't need fucking 20 generalists working on on backgrounds in shit in video games. You could get by well with like five. You know, because let's be real, like when it comes to like backgrounds in video games, there's mountainscapes or desertscapes, forest, et cetera, et cetera. You don't need fucking like 20 generalists on your team working on the details of leaves on trees and shit. You don't need 14 fucking managers telling you to okay something and so on and so forth.
You
So
don't need horse balls in Red Dead 2.
yeah, exactly. Nobody gives a fuck. It's a walking simulator anyways. So like I get what he's saying with the overinflated budgets and stuff, but again, that's something that I think all of us can agree on is like no one was fucking asking for a $300 million game, or in the
Yeah.
case of what was that shooter, the hero shooter that lasted 2 weeks last year?
Oh, Concord. You mean the thing I have a sealed
Concord.
copy of? Yes.
Yeah. Like no one was asking for Concord to go out of its way and put itself in Amazon's um
Games that made us or whatever. Yeah.
no. Secret Levels.
That's what it was. Yeah.
Secret Levels. No one was asking for a Secret Levels episode of the game before it even fucking came out, or
Sony was.
a comic book series and a TV show and this and that and like, dude, I mean, if video game studios wanna get mad about, you know, the rising costs and this and that, they got themselves to blame.
Well, and
And
to your point, Nick, like the companies developing the games, I'm all in support. If a game company decides, hey guys, we don't want to publish games physically, we only want to do digital, I support that. The problem isn't them, it's PlayStation putting out hardware that won't even support it. Like like
right.
like that's the part he's missing. It doesn't matter how much someone takes to develop a game. That's their choice to public. Like you're not even giving them the option. Like you're taking the option off the table if somebody wants
Hmm.
physical. So what will ultimately happen? Bless the hackers and the pirates. Somebody will figure out a way. As long as there's a USB, they'll allow you to plug in a USB disk drive, and then they will download the modded game onto a disk, and then they'll just print their own labels. And some people will do that, and I'll plug the shit out of them.
They're already doing that with GOG.
Oh, dude, yeah, I love that. That's my point. Like, GOG is setting it, but people will figure out a way to rip PS2 digital or PS6, I guess, digital titles,
Hmm.
copy onto a disc, create a label, and be like, here's my physical game. I'll run it on
Yeah.
PC. Like, that's all that's going to happen.
Oh, I mean, the pirates are the preservationists now. They're like, the companies complain about them all they want, but they're the only ones going to be preserving shit going forward.
Yep.
And good on them.
And speaking of shit going forward, for a little sample, a little taste, a little teaser, an appetizer, if you will, for our all digital future,
Crayons.
boys. What's that?
I said crayons.
God, you know what? Crayons will be the only entertainment left. Bar crayons will be all we have left when these fucking servers go down, which happened to both Sony and Microsoft in the past week for extended periods of time. And for all the people going, oh, it's not that big of a deal. The all digital future is, more convenient and fine. Well, there's plenty of videos out there that you can see of people trying to play fully paid for digital games from 2 generations ago on a PS3, no less, much less a current gen system. And the console goes, well, you have to be logged in to even play this. A system they paid for outright.
A game that you paid for outright, downloaded, quote unquote, outright,
Outright.
but you still need a server to play it.
For a 15-year-old console, no less. 15, almost 20-year-old console at this point. 2006 for the PS3. Yeah.
Yeah, 20 years.
I mean,
Fuck, we're
listen,
old.
here's the deal.
We
We're all
are.
fucked. Think about it like this. Also, when was the last time? Now, obviously, I think we're a special group, but be honest. When was
Nick's
the
the
last
special
time
one here.
you used a CD or anything other than your phone to listen to music? If for some reason Spotify, Amazon Music, whatever you use to listen to music went down, you'd be like, well, fuck. Like, what do I do? I'll YouTube music. But like imagine all that shit went down. You would fully be out of your shit right now. So it's like we've adapted it for that. Movies, when was the last time you were really willing? Like, I still pop in DVDs and Blu-rays, but like, Jim, I know you don't have many. Like, if you're not doing digital shit, how are you going to watch a movie? So, yeah, we're putting ourselves in a corner where it's.
I mean, all my favorites I have on DVD above my in the other room and all that shit. But yeah, I know what you're talking about.
But you're lazy. You're not going to go down and pick that out when you're upstairs.
I don't watch movies digitally anyway. I fucking play video games and beat off.
God damn it.
And you're bad
What?
at both of them.
I am great at both of them, and I blow through both of them too. My God, I'm a time connoisseur. I respect my time and the time of others.
Oh
I'm a
my
gentleman,
gosh.
really.
But I mean, no, those servers go. The only thing I will say is the timing of this is what makes it bad. These servers have gone down.
It's
before,
hilarious.
and it wasn't a. It's a big deal whenever it goes. Same way when like Facebook, Instagram, all that shit goes down. People freak the fuck out. It's annoying and it points out the obvious, but the timing of this is what's made it crazy. With PlayStation coming off
Yeah.
that, and then this happens. It's like the obvious, right? Like, okay, clearly you're gonna call it out. So I think there was a little too much hype around that, to be honest. But
Well, the thing is
points out
too,
the
like
obvious issue.
Xbox, at least with their like error screen, was way more forthcoming than PlayStation was, where Xbox literally showed you what you can do and what you can't do. Like you could play games that have a disc, but if you digitally downloaded a game, those games you could not play.
Yeah.
Sony, it didn't give you any of that shit. It was just like a PSN error code that you got. Um, but like to the effect of what you were saying with like music and stuff, what's funny is vinyl sales keep upending themselves over and over year after year, it seems. And even as far as CDs go, CD sales are up like 16 to 20% over the last year. And
Fucking
it's
cassettes are back.
yeah, and it's all these things are looking to climb. So Sony clearly being one of the major developer, not even developer, what is manufacturers of this of physical media, is trying to change the market on their own without care of what the market is actually telling them. Physical media is on the rise again, but Sony is going, no, you don't want that. You want what we're doing. They're making the change without without the general populace care or vote. So I say just fucking vote with your wallet, man. Don't buy the PlayStation 6. You know? And to the people that say, oh, could you imagine, getting up out of your chair and changing the game out of your console and stuff? It's like, yeah, you
Yeah.
did the same shit with the PS4, with the PS3, with you know what I'm saying? Like, even for the younger kids out there, like you did the same shit with your Wii U to the fucking Nintendo Switch, et cetera, et cetera. Not everything is a digital download, and so on and so forth. And I do that shit live on stream. I'll be like, oh, I'm playing Helldivers, and I'm gonna switch to Battlefield. I'll be back in 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Let me go change out the disc. I'll be back in fucking 5 seconds.
I mean, there's something to that. We all like our convenience, but when that shit goes sideways, you're pretty fucked. So yeah, I mean, you don't need to have collections like the three of us, but be aware if you have a favorite out there, wouldn't be a terrible idea. Even if you have a digital copy. If you can get a physical game now, do it. If you care about the game.
Do it.
I just can't wait for the future when we live in a world where like massively popular games that sell dozens of millions of units lose a license and become lost media because there's no physical backup anywhere. That's gonna be awesome. So
Yeah.
that's what we have to look forward to.
That shit happened to me with the Xbox 360. I had the Simpsons arcade game downloaded. I deleted it and
Jim
then
had
tried
the
to
same
re-download.
issue.
Yep, tried to re-download it and couldn't fucking do it.
Yeah, that happened to me too.
The hatred and anger Jim had for so many years about that. Like, and I was like,
Right.
why'd you delete it?
I had to save space because we had limited space back then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but you also put on bullshit games besides that. You should have kept it. You had no excuse. You
I'm
weren't
the
a real
victim.
gamer back then.
I'm the victim. I was more of a gamer then than I am now. Jesus. But
Listen,
so
you don't even have X-Men 2 Rise of Apocalypse.
Bri, I had to rebuy that, and I rebought it on every console I could to make sure that it never happened again. Brian, that happened.
Can I borrow it?
No,
Can I borrow
Can
it?
I borrow it? What
No.
a petty bitch.
Damn.
Nick, you know the story, right?
Jim, let me
No.
borrow it.
Oh, all right. Well, for anyone new to the podcast and our
So-
dear buddy
so-
Nick,
Yeah.
we'll
So
we'll
you know
make this
X-Men
quick.
Legends, right?
We'll make this quick.
Amazing game. I forget, was it 1 or 2 that you lent me?
It was 2, Brian.
Yeah,
Rise of the
so
Apocalypse is 2, so
yeah, so he lent it to me because he's like telling me how great it was. This is years before even the show. This is like when we were in college. And
Yeah,
he,
it was
he-
right after the game came out because I blew through the game playing it, going,
Yeah.
"You have to play this."
Yeah, so he lent it to me.
Brand new.
Played it with my buddy Juan, left at his place. At some point, Juan went on a surge and sold off a bunch of his games.
I keep going,
And-
"Hey, Brian, when am I getting my game back? Hey, Brian, am I getting my game back?" He's like, "Oh, I left it a while."
So I left it there. It got accidentally sold. And
oh,
And guess who never got anything out of that?
oh.
you got laughs. Isn't that more important in the end, Jim? Memories and
No.
laughs than plastic and discs.
No, plastic doesn't hurt me.
I mean, I still have a copy of.
Oh, I have
it over
multiple
there.
copies now, Brian. Multiple.
But yes, Chambers. Let's end on.
Multiple copies.
I don't even know if this is a good thing, if it's a bad thing. It's a fucking weird thing because I watched this video. I was like, the fuck is this? So,
Well, Brian, real quick before we do that, let's get into the evergreen content, the old bits that we all love. We can keep a couple of these quick. First
oh,
off,
yeah.
overrated, underrated, one we have not done in a long time, but this was a heated topic in the Discord. Our lovely friend Z bought the new game in the Five Nights at Freddy's series. I forgot what the fuck it's called, but it's like the 2D puzzle world-ish kind of game.
Mhm.
And the talk came out of people going, Five Nights at Freddy's was never good. And I'm sitting there going, no, those games are pretty good. So, boys, short, sweet, to the point. Five Nights at Freddy's. Is it overrated or is it underrated?
I can't call it overrated because love it or hate it, the impact it had on horror games and just gaming in general and what it spawned. The games are fun. They're tough. They're simple. Like the concept is simple. But I also can't call them. It's like they're rated. Like they're definitely not overrated. I want to be clear on that. If I had to lean, I guess I have to say under because that's the only other option, obviously. But like to call Five Nights at Freddy's underrated is also a little crazy. But yeah, like they're not overrated. I get people might not like them, especially like the first game. That shit is so simple. But the games get really fucking complex. And what everyone seems to forget is because of how simple they look, they think it's easy. It's not an easy game. Like people forget it's an actual hard ass game. And all the future games get pretty hard too. So yeah, I guess I have to go underrated just because you can't say they're overrated.
The only I have to say this, the only one I've played is Security Breach, and I haven't even beat it. That game is a fucking bitch ass game to play. It's super hard.
It's hard as shit.
And I was like, this is a kid's game. What the fuck? But it is a hard game. I would say that it's appropriately rated. I'm gonna be that guy and say it's right in the middle. I think it deserves all the credit it's gotten. Especially being developed by one guy. So
Yeah.
I can't really argue for or against it. I think it's just right there. It's justifiably so.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll just go underrated for the simple fact that people hate it just because of how massively popular it is and how popular it's been over the years. And like, I think there's more discussion about like the games as a franchise and a media property than even what the actual gameplay is at this point.
Mhm.
And like, I'm a big fan of just those sit there, check a bunch of monitors, shit's happening, in real time as you're trying to keep track of everything. Like, it's a cool genre. Even going all the way back to like fucking War Games on the ColecoVision, the adaptation of the movie. Like that's such a fun goddamn, and it's only a 15-minute game, but it's like the most intense 15 minutes you'll ever have. So like, just for that genre of video game alone, I'll say it's underrated because I don't think it's ever really got its flowers as a video game as opposed to a YouTubeable experience.
Yeah. Streamers and its popularity did more damage to it than the actual gameplay.
Except for the billions of dollars that Scott Cawthorn made.
Yes.
Damn it. Fuck.
I mean, making money doesn't mean people like it.
I mean, a lot of people must like it if they made a lot of money.
What's the number again, Jim?
What number?
The number?
I'm not following.
Never mind.
Listen,
I'll
Phantom Menace made a fuck ton of money, and look at all the people who hated it afterwards, right?
I'll just say this for myself.
The Resident Evil films, we talked about that earlier, right? Like, they all made massive money. Everyone shits on them now. They made all the
Some could
money.
say underrated.
If you go monetary.
Not going to have a bad time if you watch them. Look, box office is what matters. Drawing dollars is what matters. And drawing money leads into our normie view for this week. As Brian alluded to earlier, he has almost absolutely no idea what's going on. Nick is already shaking down there. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to talk about some goddamn pro wrestling right now. This week's Normie Review, the series where we talk about what the rest of the internet is talking about, and the New Day, the beloved group, helmed by one Xavier Woods, Kofi Kingston, and Big E. Two of the three of them, Kofi and Xavier, have left the WWE when their contracts ran out a couple months ago. TKO famously is trying to shortchange all their performers by giving them lesser contracts and money. So they said, go fuck yourself, we're leaving. And apparently their 90-day no-compete clause has ran out. And on July the 29th, year of our Lord 2026, they have released their announcement, if you would want to put it that way, that they are free and breaking their chains and going into the world itself with a what was this? A 2.5-minute video, animated short where they are being portrayed by unicorns. You'll understand the whole unicorn thing if you watch their run. And yeah, at a circus, they break their chains, they escape, pass by a unicorn with a broken horn, give them the okay to go away, which, you know, most of the internet's talking about here. Yes. The obvious illusion of Big E. And people have their things, and for the most part, it's been universally loved as an announcement video. Bri, as the guy who almost never watches wrestling at this point, has no idea what's going on, probably doesn't give a shit about Kofi Kingston, probably doesn't even know who Xavier Woods is.
I'm a little racist.
But, Bri, why don't you tell us what you thought about this video?
So I'm very familiar with New Day. I don't watch wrestling. Damn it, Jim.
See, I was like, racist. Who the fuck? Who the fuck?
Listen, I keep a pretty decent pulse on wrestling. I don't like religiously watch it. I do watch highlights to see who's winning, who's this and that. I've watched New Day. I think as a team, their antics and their stuff outside the ring surpassed what they were. I think if you want to use the term overrated, the love they get, they tend to be overrated because they're like a highlight in a time when their only real competition were the Usos. Like, look at the tag teams they're dealing with. So of course they're going to shine as like one of the biggest ones, obviously. But this video, while I can appreciate the symbology and they're trying to be like, that's Triple H in the center, you probably could have made that
word.
Yeah,
symbology.
Yeah, look it up.
I'm gonna have to now.
Like they should have made the thing look a little more like Triple H, in my opinion, because that's who I think they're aiming that at.
I fucking hate that that's an actual word in Webster. God fucking damn
it. You're welcome. Yeah.
I'm gonna fucking kill myself.
Daddy's right again.
Dumbass.
Fuck you. Like you thought that was a real word. You and your fucking revisionist bullshit instantly.
Jim, I said it. I said it with confidence. Now, shut up while Daddy's
you dumb walked your way into being right once again with your fucking bullshit.
So,
apology, my fucking asshole.
Hip Hop Anonymous?
Yeah, exactly. I'm sure that's in the fucking Webster too. Fucking dumbed down to society.
but yes, the nod. Okay, that's the moment. I I I know their gimmick. I still think representing yourself as a unicorn, interesting choice. Um, yeah, it's a weird thing because at this point they're all fairly fucking old. Like, and if they don't go AEW, where are they gonna go that they'll ever get close to the hype that they were in W? And I do agree why they need to go. Like what you just said. After you sent me this video, I had to do a deep dive on like what happened, why are they leaving? Da, da. Um, so I appreciate it. I just think it's a a little odd, but I'm all down for. Do you think it's all really artist generated, or is there some level of AI to that?
I mean, I'm going to be shocked that there's AI in it. At first, I thought it was full AI, but it seems like it was done by a guy.
Yeah,
Apparently, the real Davenport, whoever that is. So, yeah, good
Yeah.
for him. He made a good video. He did some good artwork.
no. So listen, yo, for fans of New Day and in wrestling community, because like I said, I know we know Nick, you are obviously the one into it the most. For me, from my side, I'm like kind of cool. Like anything that really breaks out into going a different direction with wrestling, I kind of support. But once again, the unicorn thing is it's choice. We all make choices. So yeah, I don't hate it. Yes, that's that's the thing.
God damn it.
I don't know. What Nick? What's
He,
your? I mean, like I said, I'm giving it from the normie side. I'm like,
Ugh.
yeah, but
I want
like
to hear Nick's
the
opinion
New
on this.
Day,
Yeah.
Let's go.
they
Let's
could have
fucking go.
they could
Yeah.
have just retired as well. That's all I'm gonna say. But go on. Let me hear what Nick has to say.
All right. So as far as like what Brian has said, like as far as their in-ring work compared to the love and aspiration that they got from the fans and stuff, I would say that's not totally far-fetched. Austin Creed, who was Xavier Woods, and Kofi Kingston and Big E as well. I feel like we're all kind of like tame as far as in-ring work goes. I should also say this too. I am very biased when it comes to pro wrestling. I love the in-ring work of workers in like New Japan, Pro Wrestling Noah, AEW, CMLL, for example. I feel like WWE is a bastardized version of professional wrestling, especially over the last like 4 or 5 years. Triple H rode the coattails of Vince McMahon's storylines to get him where he is today, which is a place where I think anyone with a working brain would say, okay, how much longer are you going to extend these storylines that you didn't create to keep you relevant and whatnot?
How are we in year 6 of the fucking bloodline?
Right, exactly. Anyways, moving forward, number one, TKO is a bastardized version of an action sports company. They own the WWE and UFC under an umbrella, which is ultimately owned by it's not TK Endeavor. Endeavor. So it is TKO is essentially a shell company just to be a branch of Endeavor to say that two companies are under this umbrella, et cetera, et cetera. They are constantly WWE is infamous for letting people go every spring. You normally get like 12 to 20 releases of professional wrestlers every spring. They say that it's, because of budgetary reasons, this and that. Whereas WWE has been hand over fist earning more and more each year. So that excuse kind of just like goes by the wayside. Um, so with Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods, now known as Austin Creed, getting their freedom papers, whatever you want to call it, their walking papers, etc. Now, walking papers assumes that they got fired. They didn't get fired. They cut their ties with TKO when they were trying to, when TKO was trying to renegotiate their existing deals to be lesser than. So they said, no, we're worth more than that. We see the writing on the wall. We are not renewing, etc., etc. They are now free. Um, it kind of sucks that Big E is comfortable and happy with WWE. Also, it sucks that he is still to this day, like 4 years later, still not cleared to compete after a broken neck.
He'll never wrestle again. He's
No,
done.
he'll never wrestle again. He'll probably never do anything other than commentate ever again. Um, it does suck that he is stuck there with them. I do hope if and when they make their AEW debut, it is acknowledged via Big E in some way, shape, or form in the WWE. One thing I cannot stand is that WWE pretends that they are the only professional wrestling organization on the entire planet. And that, like, for example, when CM Punk debuted, they were like, "Oh my God, he hasn't fucking wrestled for X amount of years or whatever." It's like, did you not see the last like 5 fucking years on TNT and TBS? Okay, cool. Um, I think
Go check
that
out Nerdy Nick's old podcast when I came on there for the great CM Punk debate. That was very fun and heated. That was a
oh
good one.
yeah. Oh yeah. Fuck that guy. Constantly miserable punk. Um uh I think that it's not a matter of if, but it's when a New Day will debut in AEW. They are going to, you will finally see the extent of their capabilities within the ring. AEW is something that's known for in-ring ability. They say the company's tagline is where the best wrestle. And while there might be a little more acrobatics and stuff, what I do applaud AEW for is the
A little bit
believability.
more?
Well, a lot more is the believability within uh action. So, for instance, somebody might take a devastating blow, right?
I'm gonna
Say
say,
like
have you ever watched a Will Ospreay match while saying that?
yes. Yes, I have seen Will Ospreay completely take out Swerve Strickland with a hidden blade, and Swerve Strickland completely sells the fuck out of the move, and it is a 1, 2, 3. Thank you, good night, see you later. Same thing with
Yes, I have also seen 17 finishes in a row, perfectly orchestrated too.
listen, a super kick is no longer a finish. A
It should be though.
DDT is no longer a finish.
It should be.
It's
Should be. Should be is different from what it is now, right? Like
And
we
that's
got to
why
be
it's not
real.
as popular. Yes, go on.
Yeah.
We got to be real. It's not as popular because it's not. God damn
As
it, Jim.
good and
This
believable.
is not
There
going to
we
be.
go.
No, this is not going to be a WWE versus AEW debate
Oh no,
because I will.
WWE, don't get me wrong, is unwatchable right now. I don't give a fuck about WWE. I'm not defending that shit.
It's been
So,
unwatchable since like 2015. I don't know what the fuck you're saying, but
it's at little bits here and there. Little bits. Little teensy
okay,
bits.
okay.
WrestleMania 40 was like the season finale for it to ever be good again. So,
Roman Reigns dog food. I mean, come on.
oh, that was awful. Yeah, 100%.
Or Johnny Knoxville in WrestleMania. Come on.
That was amazingly entertaining. Not believable at all, but that was one of the most entertaining
Okay.
matches you'll ever watch.
Okay. Thank you. Thank
By
you.
the way, Nick, as the
Yeah.
guy who doesn't watch, the thing that killed any hope for me ever wanting to watch AEW is Orange Cassidy.
So Orange Cassidy is the most WWE trope in AEW. I mean,
It's awful.
I'm honestly 100% glad Danhausen was gifted to WWE because Danhausen, I liked the guy for like half a minute, but I
Well,
see
that's how
what
long it was in AEW, half a minute. So that's when you like
Oh
him.
no, he was in AEW for a little bit longer than that. But
But he was on TV like 3 minutes in like total. Yeah.
I mean, listen, just because you talk faster and louder than I do doesn't mean you're right. So, anyways, um, Orange Cassidy, what I respect out of him is his athleticism, and when it comes down to push come to shove, he had essentially the
He knows what he is.
No, well that, but also his international, I think it was what they call it, international championship reign, which is essentially the intercontinental title reign in WWE. He had a match every week on TV.
Oh, yeah. It's a
Every
workhorse. And he's like 45 too, which is like crazy.
every fucking week. And every week they showed a storyline that showed a man, just a man, being pushed and pushed and pushed, and eventually it broke him down and he lost the belt, etc., etc. But even when he was broken, he was still quote unquote fighting, right? So that's something I appreciate out of the Orange Cassidy character. Even when I started my pro wrestling journey on my own, I asked my coach, I was like, "What do you think about Orange Cassidy? What a fucking insult to pro wrestling, right?" Because at first I did not like Orange Cassidy, and I thought he was a fucking gimmick, kind of like the Michael Jackson pro wrestler.
Oh yeah,
Um,
or
Oh,
Pasta Luigi with the fucking pizza and all that. Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah. Uh, and my coach was like, I hope you fucking take that back because that guy will run laps around anyone that you know in the ring. And I was like,
he's right.
well, okay, all right. I mean, when you look at Orange Cassidy's body of work and the amount of times he has his hand in his pockets and he's doing the shit that he's doing, the athleticism is like par none
Dude,
or
I can't
bar
do a
none,
kick up with my hands out of my pockets, much less in.
right?
Jesus.
But anyways, bringing it back to the New
Bry,
Day.
shut the fuck up. Not the point.
you are not the scale we measure shit by, Jim. Let's
I am
just be
giving a
very
man his
clear.
flowers, and I am speaking for the everyman.
Yeah. So, anyways, I think
You
we're
do
gonna
a
see
fucking kick up in
I
your
think we're
fucking
going to
I
see
hasty
the
will.
powers.
actual.
Good, do it. Fucking do it.
I think
And
we're
then you'll be
actually.
mad when I do.
I'll fucking kill myself if you do
God
that.
damn it. You fucking white boy, shut up. I think we're going press it. Yeah, I thought you
Uh,
were gonna press it.
no. We're good for right now. But now let's get back. Let's get back
Yeah,
on
yeah,
topic here.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
yes,
So I think that we're actually going to see a very new, no pun intended, but also raw, no pun intended, version of the New Day. We're actually going to see them like uh, no pun intended again, fucking chains off of these guys. We are going to see them unneutered. We are going to see what they can actually do in ring without the PG tagline associated with them. Again, one thing that I love about AEW is the in-ring action and believability within the ring. And yes, again, people can scoff and laugh or whatever, like, oh, well, finishers, blah 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 blah. But it's like, yeah, at the same time, you can receive a fucking 10 out of 10 punch from fucking Vitor Belfort when he was, roided to the fucking gills, but you'll still be standing, okay? Like, what the casual fucking pro wrestling fan doesn't understand is actual combat sports and the amount of punishment that a human body can take before it fucking gives up um needs to be fucking stated. Like it there was a match between Sean Strickland and a fucking fill-in in the UFC card where Connor fought um oh my God, who's the guy that he broke his leg against?
Uh,
It's not Michael Chandler. It's
fucking
he's a dude from
no, it
Louisiana.
wasn't Dustin, was it?
Dustin Poirier.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Dustin
yeah. It
Poirier.
was on the same card. Sean Strickland fought a no-name nobody um fill-in that they got on a week's notice or something like that. And the referee had to stop the fight in the third round, even though the guy was still standing and he was like bloodied, bruised, and no one knew it. He was like the Korean zombie. Someone who has like myself who has an amateur MMA career, pro wrestling training under my belt, so on and so forth, and understanding the psychology of it all, who's not just solely WWE brained, understands how the body can fucking take punishment and continue moving forward. I love that about AEW, New Japan, Pro Wrestling Noah, other companies like that. I think the New Day is going to be a not only a refreshment within the AEW ecosystem, but they're going to actually be able to display what they can totally take their move set to, what they can take their fucking pacing to. And not only that, but they have already embedded chemistry with the Young Bucks, with Kenny Omega, with their YouTube channel Up Up Down Down. You have plenty of history just with not Kofi Kingston, Xavier Woods and Kenny Omega going at it with Street Fighter and so on. So like you're gonna get all those little nuggets from the past. You're gonna get a lot of really awesome interaction. I think they're going to debut at AEW's premiere pay-per-view All In next month, and I think it's going to be something that you will have to tune in for. You have Edge and Christian going against the Young Bucks, and I definitely think there is going to be some kind of interference from the New Day in that match for the AEW tag team titles. I love seeing ex WWE talent, and now this is a two-part answer here. I love seeing ex WWE talent going over to AEW for the fact that the chains are off and they are allowed to be as physical as they can be in ring. But also it's a double-edged sword because then you get guys like Aleister Black, or aka Malachi Black, for example, who are just or even Soraya, who is Paige in WWE, who are just there because they got fired from WWE, but want to put more fire or more coals under their fire to bring their value back up to then be re-signed by WWE. But as we've seen, that doesn't fucking work. You've seen that happen with Andrade. You've seen that happen with Aleister Black. You've seen it happen with fucking Miro. Miro, when's the last time he fucking won a match that means something? The dude is a fucking worker. He's a jobber nowadays. But in AEW, he was the fucking TNT champion and had probably the best TNT championship reign up to this point. Um,
Until it became a pain in the ass. But yes,
I
I agree.
am just,
Yeah.
yeah, that's the last thing here that I'll say is I am tired of these fucking WWE assholes coming over while their chains are off and they can produce whatever they want in ring and it actually look real, actually look and feel and sound believable. They are thumbs up their own asses as far as what they think their stock and value is worth. I will, if you were to put Eddie Kingston and Bobby Lashley in a match together, I guarantee you Eddie Kingston will sell, deliver, and strike far better than Bobby Lashley ever fucking would. But Bobby Lashley will say, no, I'm not selling worth a fucking shit to this guy who's never been in WWE before. That's one thing that I fucking hate about WWE guys who got let go from that fucking company, come over to AEW and think they're gonna fucking run shop. Especially CM Punk. And when CM Punk was with AEW, I was I was holding my breath on his fucking ego and seeing how he would be. And even his physicality, right? Like, that is something as a pro wrestler, you have to fucking look the part too, man. And when he was with AEW, he just looked like a fucking guy. Now, when he's in WWE, he still looks like a fucking guy, but he looks like a guy who works out 3 to 5 times a week. That's the only thing. And like, same shit with Orange Cassidy. But then, you take off his jean jacket and white shirt. He's actually got some fucking muscle to him and whatnot. Um,
Well, he weighs
like
160 pounds too.
he weighs
So
106. Yeah, exactly, exactly. But
you can look pretty
yeah,
defined when you don't have any body fat.
yeah.
Yeah.
But if, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I respect the physicality of, like, say a Charlotte Flair over a fucking what's Becky Lynch, for example. Like, Charlotte Flair looks like she could kick some fucking ass. Becky Lynch looks like she fucking takes some spin classes, 2 to 3 times a fucking week. And then you got Megan Bayne over in AEW who looks like she could shit on all of them. So again, I
I
think
feel like we went off the rails on this
we did. We
into
did. I'm
a
sorry. You got me
no,
talking about pro wrestling.
which
You
is
got me
fine. I
talking.
egged it on
Yeah.
too because it's funny. So,
Yeah.
but yes, Nick, what is your opinion on this specific announcement video for the ones doing the announcing? Because
Oh,
I have things to say.
was was that the you
That was
just
a normie view.
cut
Yeah.
all my shit. Cut
That
all
was
my
the
shit.
thing.
Jesus Christ, I'm sorry. I went off the rails for sure. Yeah, cut the segment. Um, I think their announcement was from the heart. I think that they listen, the New Day was started off of like a doubt and a bet that they couldn't fucking get over, and they did, and Vince McMahon had to eat crow. So by them getting let go, number one, turning them heel was certainly a choice. Number two, not really doing anything once the heel turn happened was certainly a choice. Um, that goes to the creative of Triple H. I think um that release video was them saying, "You fucked with us, you doubted us, you toyed with us. Now we're gonna fucking show you, and you're gonna wish you didn't."
Okay, fair. So here's my rebuttal to that. So
Sorry.
if I told you that a WWE superstar was a former WWE champion, a 4-time Intercontinental champion, a 3-time United States champion, a 7-time World Tag Team champion, a 7-time SmackDown Tag Team champion, a 1-time World Tag Team champion in the old format, a 1-time NXT champion, the 13th overall Grand Slam champion, the 30th Triple Crown winner, and the holder of the single longest tag team championship reign in the history of the WWE, partnered with a guy who was a lower card champion many times, also a champion with the longest reign, a former King of the Ring, paired with another guy who is a former WWE champion, former Intercontinental champion, and former part of the Freebird rule for the tag team championships, and a triplet that has been featured on almost all merchandising, all the tractor trailers and all that stuff like that across all their years. Kofi had his 20-year career there, but the other two had minimum 10-year careers at the very least. Do you think these are the guys who should be saying that the chains are finally off and that they're finally free from the oppression and the circus that they had been held down to for so long? Are these the guys who should be saying that? Like, it's funny when a Buddy Matthews, puts his, slave chains being broken, and you're like, dude, you're fucking Buddy Matthews. Who fucking cares?
Yeah.
But you can kind of see it because he never got his chance. And when he got his chance, he didn't do anything with it because he's Buddy Matthews. Same with Miro. Same with a lot of guys we were talking about earlier. Do you think the New Day are the guys who should be complaining about being held down and constrained for so long?
Yes.
Okay. Go on.
100%. Yes.
All right.
Again, the system they're in.
They're not Dolph Ziggler. He was held down.
He was. I agree.
Yeah. Yeah. I laugh.
You want to talk being held down for your
He's
talent.
one of the best sellers and workers there was, and he was held down.
Especially in his era.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I will say yes, 100%, because God, you asked a lot of questions here. So I'm gonna try to just keep it
No,
solidified.
I threw a lot of stats at you. That's what I threw at you. A lot of accomplishments,
okay.
one could say.
Okay, accomplishments, yeah. So let's just go off of the accomplishments argument, right? So accomplishments in the WWE are based off merch sales. Okay, let's just call it what it is.
Well, I mean, if that was true, then LA Knight would have every championship.
Well, there's got to be some kind of inner politicking with that, to be completely honest, because he has been the hottest fucking guy and they are not doing anything with him.
Oh, great. Yeah, he's been fucked over like crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, so there's some inner politicking there, in my opinion. Also the same way that, like, what's her name? The fat Samoan lady?
Which one? I mean, what, Nia Jax?
Nia Jax. The same
Yeah.
reason Nia
Jim,
Jax
hit it.
still has a fucking
I'm a little racist.
Deserved.
yeah, still has a fucking main roster spot. Blows my mind. But
After injury,
again,
multiple. Well, she's The Rock's cousin, so that's why she has it.
exactly, inner politicking. So, the New Day was formed off of a doubt and a bet. So we got to go off with that. That is factual. I
They're
think
supposed to be the new Nation of Domination. Remember that?
exactly. Yes. Yes. They got over as they did, and they got over way bigger than WWE was expecting. Merch was flying off the fucking shelves. They couldn't keep that shit stocked.
The cereal.
They got their own Bootios, exactly. Cereal, all that shit. I also do think too that for better or worse, Big E breaking his neck also brought a lot of sympathy and positive fan favor, even more so to the group. Which again, just fucking sucks, man. But
Oh, it's terrible. I loved Big E. Yeah.
yeah. But again, as pro wrestling fans, we do have to admit, like, yeah, this shit's all fucking predetermined. This shit is all written out, and so on. So when they see the money rolling in, they're going to keep milking that fucking money cow, and that's exactly what they did with New Day. Now, can we both agree that while Kofi was champ, the way he lost the title to Brock was absolute bullshit?
Oh, yeah. That's terrible. Yeah.
Yeah, with their big debut on Fox. lost the belt in like 12 seconds.
Good old squash match. Yep.
Oh yeah. After the giant hyped run fueled by the fans, not by the machine, but by the fans to get Kofi to that opportunity to get the belt, win the belt, and then lose it in the fashion the way he did. I think tells you all you need to know about how WWE thought about or what WWE thought about the New Day to begin with. They saw them as a moneymaker, so they pushed them to make more money. And then when they got a brand new deal, TV deal, they thought, hey, let's just give our big guy the belt back and he can do what he wants. Because that's what Brock does. That's what Brock does. I'm a big Brock UFC fan, not a big Brock pro wrestling fan. And Brock will get the belt and then disappear for 3 months, show up again, and then disappear again. Do you think
You
if
know
they
what?
really
For as much as I should hate that, I just can't deny the star power when he shows up.
Yeah, Nick, to
this
that point, like you talked about dudes that look the part. The
yeah.
That
problem
feel
is,
real. He's the only one that feels real. Come on now.
especially right now, like you look at half the wrestling roster, you're like, this is just a dude I see in Target. Like, this is not anyone. And there's no intimidation factor.
If you put
most
Brock in
wrestlers.
AEW, one, suddenly half the internet will love him. Two, you're not going to believe anyone AEW could possibly beat him.
Well, I mean, there's Brian Cage. There's
You're not pushing Brian Cage. He's not even up the top now.
no, but he
Push him there
could.
now.
Brock Lesnar showing up. Oh,
They should be doing that, but they're not.
No. Hold on. That would be a
They're
good
not going to
thing,
do it now
though.
when Brock's there.
If Brock went to AEW, that would then push
Jack
the
Swagger was one of the
heavyweight
biggest
division.
fucking guys there. He should have been pushed more if you're going to go off size.
Nah, no, what's his name? Enzo's buddy.
Oh, yeah, Big Bill. Or
Big Bill. He
yeah.
was pushed to the fucking moon during his run in AEW. But anyways,
That's why you got to have that aura, dude. Got to have that
that's
aura,
neither
baby.
here nor there. But no, yeah, to say what like you guys are saying, like believability and this and that, like yeah, but it's a title. The wrestler doesn't hold it to ransom. That's
Unless you're Jeff Jarrett.
well, this is what I get. Like this is what happens with the fucking.
Oh, I
you
will.
muddy the waters a bit with when you get the showrunners like Nick Aldis, right? The general managers and this and that. They need to enforce the title matches and so on, but they don't. General managers, on-screen authority figures, never do what they're supposed to do. I don't understand why we even have them to begin with, but
We have to recreate the Stone Cold McMahon angle for 30 years.
yeah. So, anyways,
Or Bischoff NWO. The Attitude Era. Just got to keep
I think I've
water.
pretty much made my case with like with the big with a New Day's push, and their demise. I just honestly, you look at the writing room when they debuted, and you saw the creativity. They actually were one of the very few wrestling factions in WWE at the time that actually had somewhat creative control over their direction.
Mhm.
Because at the beginning they were kind of almost given carte blanche of like, all right, yeah, go ahead, because WWE didn't believe they were gonna fucking do anything. And then you look at the writing room. Go ahead.
So wouldn't that be another argument that they shouldn't be complaining about being held back if they were given the ability amongst everyone else on the roster to do what they wanted to do?
Intent.
They're creative?
Intent.
Intent, yes, but end of the day, results and what happened.
They proved them wrong because WWE as an entity was banking on them failing. And if
Sure,
they had failed, they would be the ones getting dog food poured on them.
Oh, 100%. But
yeah.
They were still given the chance when most people don't do it.
No,
they were still given the chance when most weren't, ever. People with even more charisma or more ideas that got shot down immediately for getting over on their own.
I hold by my argument. I think that cancels out the butt. There are plenty
I think getting the butt takes it even more.
There are plenty of other examples out there, I'm sure, in the locker room where wrestlers will say, "Yeah, Vince gave me this thing, and then I got to be able to do this, and it didn't work out, or vice versa." Blah blah blah.
Guys, I think we're straying way too far. Can't we just all agree that choosing unicorns for symbology is a very odd choice?
I mean, that's very New Day brand.
You know what? Thank you for. Yeah, we could go on for about this for hours, especially me and Nick. So yes, end of the day, I'm right, Nick's wrong. But you know what? We all have our opinions for a reason.
Jim, press a button. Press a button.
What for you? All right, for Nick, I'm trying to hold you back.
I'm a little
Shit.
racist.
God, all you're doing here, I'm saying they're giving all these opportunities, and you're just saying,
White man trying to overlord the ethnic guy here in the workspace.
Weren't you the one who said you were more Italian than Mexican, denouncing your minority part? Huh?
I didn't denounce. I just stated a fact.
You were just proud of more of the part that wasn't the minority part. That's what you were. That's what you were doing.
I'm pretty sure Italian is a minority still.
Nah, come on, buddy.
I might not be from the East Coast.
Come on, buddy. If anything, you're the real unicorn out there, Nick. That's what you are. You're my unicorn, buddy. Smooches.
All right, boys. Well, let's close out on a nice little message here. We haven't done one. It's been a fucking minute. No, you son of a bitch. Hold on. First, Chambers, I think you can play it through yours now. Now that you're
I can. Yes.
You can play it. You know how to do it.
All right. So everyone out there are oft ignored and forgotten about voicemail line, but we do have a voicemail line on this show. 267-991-0156. If you want to leave a voicemail to the show, something we will listen to, respond to, please call that number. It's Google Voice line number, so I don't think you should be fucked over by long distance lines. I don't really fucking know about that. Don't hold me to it. But 267-991-0156. Always love the support. And this actually came in last week, and my stupid phone didn't give me the push notification, so I didn't realize it came in. So let's take a listen.
Congrats on reaching episode 350. Most would have given up, and that's quite a pity. A lot of viewers have gathered here to play a game and also drink a beer. Your friendship seems like it has never been thicker, and it could be the result of consuming lots of liquor. So here's 2 more podcasts that fill us with glee. And for Sonic the Hedgehog 3, seriously, Jim, only a B?
I love that he'll never forgive me for that. And also, Blade, this is for you.
As soon as I heard that accent, I was like, that's Blade Blur.
Oh, yeah. Unmistakable. But our good old buddy Blade Blur. But yeah, I guess he sent it in for last week for 350. I didn't even realize it came in, so that's my bad. So thank you, Blade. Thank you anyone who ever sends in these voicemails. And you know what? That was just beautiful art right there. That was real art. That was more art than pro wrestling. That was more art than the Resident Evil movie. That was art right there, that poetry.
That's right. So, Nick, once again, please make sure you're following him down below. He's obviously been on this show
one more time.
How many times?
Blast out those links. What do we got? Where can they find you?
Twitch.tv/N2 podcast is where you can find me. I'll be streaming video games, bringing you tons of glee. That's right. And also, if you want, for a little bit of time, why not following the account of mine over on Instagram at NerdyNick_91, which is where you can find tons of fun. Guys, I appreciate the time, but if we're being real, you guys were embraced in mine. So until next time, y'all, be blessed, be a blessing to others, and game on.
You son of a bitch. Well, boys,
I would love to talk shit, but that was impressive.
That was damn good. Once again, if you're listening, watching, if you're on YouTube, make sure to hit subscription, hit notifications, leave comments, especially about Jim. And if you're listening on iTunes, Spotify, or Podbean, give us a 5-star rating. You can shit on Jim there as well, and we'll read on each and every one of these Power Hour podcasts. With that, we want to say have a good night, everyone. Thanks for joining us, Nick, and cheers.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers, motherfucker.